2022, the police department of Round Lake, Illinois received a shocking phone call from 30-year-old Debbie Carrolls, who had just discovered her kids unresponsive.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I'm at Camden Lane. My husband, my kids.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I came home to take the kids, and they're all on the bed, and they're...
Okay, all right. How many children?
3.
How were they killed?
Please. They're cold. They're cold.
Okay.
Please.
Ma'am? Ma'am, how were they killed?
I don't know. Maybe he suffocated them or took them. They're laid in the bed. I'm assuming he took them.
Okay, where are you right now? Okay, we have officers there. Where are you right now?
I'm upstairs. Like, I'm inside. I'm upstairs.
Okay, he's upstairs.
Please, you guys, wake up, please.
We gotta get in there with the rescue guys. Let's just go in. Let's just go in. I think I have nothing. We're at 42 locations.
Police!
Police department!
Police!
Yeah.
Coming out! Let me see what's that.
I got blood here.
Wow.
I need to see here. Is there anybody else in the house, ma'am? Is there anybody else in the house? I don't know.
What is going on? Okay.
Okay, ma'am, do you have any weapons? No, I don't have any weapons. I'm gonna have you step out here with me, okay? Come on here. Come on here.
When officers made it to this horrifying scene, they quickly escorted the traumatized mother out of the room, and inside, they found her 3 kids, Bryant, Cassidy, and Gideon, all lying in the same bed, completely unresponsive. As of now, all the information officers have comes from Debbie's 911 call, where she claimed her husband committed the act. However, he is nowhere to be found, so they decide to ask her.
You haven't spoken to him at all today?
No.
No.
Last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Where you come from, sir?
Where am I coming from?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's fine.
Debbie would go on to explain that she drove to this house to pick up the kids from Jason Carrolls, her 36-year-old ex-husband with whom she'd been going through a divorce. 2 days prior to this crime, Debbie said she had given Jason their 3 kids to spend time with him, not realizing this would be the last time she saw them alive, her children herself, only to discover the scene Jason left behind. These facts alone are enough to make Jason the prime suspect. Police officers decide to check on the whole house and confirm that the suspect is on the loose and not hiding somewhere at the crime scene.
I want to make sure no one is hiding in the house that we're missing out on. If you guys want to be, I'm going to check the rest of these rooms. Police department! I got a knife in the bathroom.
You got a knife there?
I got a knife in the bathroom. Okay.
Hey, let's leave the house.
This address sounds familiar. Okay, I'll come from over here and look in there. No, I don't see anything in here. So I feel pretty confident up here. I'm guessing we shouldn't have anybody but a rescue come up, right?
Rescue's coming up.
And that's it.
It seems like Jason is not in the house. The only thing this female officer finds is this knife near the bloodied sink, along with a bloody razor blade. These could be possible murder weapons that Jason used in this disturbing crime. However, when the medical examiners arrived at the scene and had their first look of the victims, they would quickly dismiss this theory entirely.
So, do you guys see the wounds on the kids? Because there's a lot of blood. I don't want to make you guys touch or anything with the body.
I don't see anything other than blood to the hands here.
I mean, it's nothing that would ever be worth resuscitating at this point because they're just... What I'm wondering is if this is Dad.
I'm not sure whose that is, but I don't believe it's one of their.
The victims had large, strange markings on their necks. The lips, skin, and even nails on all 3 of them were completely blue. It was clear the victims had been choked, but there were no signs of stab wounds or similar on their bodies. This made the officers question, where exactly all the blood had come from. In every room the officers would look through, there were pools of it, especially in the master bedroom where the victims were found. This is where one of the officers would find a trail of blood droplets leading downstairs into the kitchen, where she would find their biggest clue yet. A letter to Debbie. Despite the difficult handwriting, there are several clues in the narrative proving that Jason Carrolls wrote this note and left it in plain sight for Debbie to find. According to Jason, their marriage lasted for 7 years before they filed for divorce and fought in court over the full custody of their children. Halfway through the note, it seems that Jason lost the court, and this is also confirmed by the disturbing sentence written in the middle of the note. If I can't have them, neither can you. Finally, Jason ends the letter by saying he would end everything on his terms. Yet it wasn't the most horrifying thing the officer would discover in the same room. She'd find another writing, now on the board. I'm sorry, I loved them too much to leave them behind. You promised, you swore, you lied. This is not just evidence. This is a confession that whatever happened to their kids, he knows the absolute truth. But if he did what he promised to do, then police officers would have more trouble finding his body than his confession. But luck was on the officer's side this time. Something was missing in that house, specifically in the garage. Jason's red 2010 Nissan Maxima, a significant clue that would help them find Jason. Moments later, the Round Lake Beach police would alert police departments across the Chicago area to look for that exact car. The clock was ticking, but it wouldn't be long before an Illinois state officer discovered a car that fit the description perfectly and attempted a traffic stop. They weren't sure if this was their guy until the driver stepped on the gas and sped away quickly. This would result in a major police chase that would draft helicopters and a dozen units, ending in absolute disaster. But before we get to that, we gotta talk about the sponsor of today's video, Morgan & Morgan. If you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. With over 1,000 attorneys, Morgan & Morgan will fight to give you the best results if you become their client. And unless you win, they do it all for free. In just the past few months, Morgan & Morgan has helped hundreds of people. One car crash victim in Florida won a verdict worth $12 million, and another in Philadelphia, $26 million. That was 40 times more than their insurance offered. So if you ever get seriously injured, your case could be worth millions. And it takes only a few minutes to see if you have a case. You can start your claim with Morgan & Morgan by visiting www.forthepeople.com/insanity, found in the description. With that said, let's catch back up with Jason, who just sped away from the officer that tried to stop him. That officer wasted no time in calling all available units to help catch him, including a police helicopter equipped with thermal vision. The adrenaline-pumping chase continued like this for 17 minutes, with police driving as fast as possible, but Jason somehow going quicker, even managing to slip out of the helicopter's vision for a brief time.
You got visual?
Stationary westbound center with K92.
We're westbound passenger, westbound passenger.
Alright, 132, I'm following on the state units. Looks like he's got a 1050 on 80 here.
Outside shoulder now, outside shoulder. We're right on him now, he's coming up the track.
541 on him.
I got him too.
Yeah, moving over.
Come up on bridge, come up on bridge. Outside shoulder.
If Jason had more fuel than the helicopter, there might have been a slight chance he could have gotten away. But suddenly, this happens.
Westbound past Chicago,
Steel bridge coming up.
Yes, thank you.
Steel bridge coming up. Continuing. Vehicles off the roadway. Vehicles off the roadway here at,
He came all the way down, sorry.
Water Street in Duncan. Water Street, Duncan.
I can't Nancy, can you see?
I got no eyes on him, got no eyes on him. Keep him there! All right, man, keep him there! Don't move, man. Don't move.
Can you see his hands?
Yeah. You hear this? Keep him up. No, I'm not gonna shoot you. Put your hands.
Put your hands on the car. Put your other hand out the car.
Got any weapons in the car? No, sir, I don't know. No knives, no nothing.
My plan was to...
What? Leg right now, lacerations up on the arms, hands.
My plan was to drive...
Hey man, can you feel your feet?
A little bit.
Yeah, Willie, don't move your legs. Can you look at your toes right now? Anything else, right? You know? Just keep your eyes open for us, okay, bud? What's that? That's good, man. It's good news to you here. I mean, besides yourself.
Further inspection of Jason's state proves that Jason is unharmed, but clearly struggles to stay semi-conscious. But even then, he has enough strength to admit what he did back at the house.
How you doing, Brian? What's that? You think you hurt your kids?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I woke up, and all of a sudden, they were there. And I can't even...
You don't remember what happened?
I mean, I know what I did, but I didn't feel like it was my duty. I don't understand.
All right, man. Well, we're here to helping you, okay? Where are you from?
So you know, there's stuff from here, but you know what I did.
I've heard some stuff. I mean, it's all kind of new to me. I'm not gathering enough based on what you said.
To be with them, that's all.
So, hey, we gotta get him out, but I want to keep control of his hands, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Figure this out with the fire department.
For the next 10 minutes, a team of rescuers would be working hard to cut off the roof of his vehicle and get him out safely. Although he looks mostly uninjured, the EMS cannot take their chances and take him to the nearest hospital. It would be an absolute miracle for Jason not to have any damages, especially after a disastrous crash. He somehow survived, escaping death this day. But the person he couldn't escape, no matter what, was Detective Barrera. After being informed of Jason's stable condition, he and his partner were dispatched to the hospital. Their only goal was to get as much information out of Jason as possible about what had happened hours earlier, but more importantly, why it happened. To do this, they'd start with talking about his relationship to his former wife and the mother of his children.
So what's going on in your wife, man? I mean, from my understanding, you guys have had some issues, or
Well, my side of it is you can go and look back at like text messages, phone calls, like since we know each other. I've always complained about how she makes up things to justify how she treats me. And I put up with it because I have no self-worth. And then and she's always like manipulating me and they put me down and been mean to me. And the only time like I've really been mean to her is when it's like I'm not even being mean. It's more like it's like she said something mean or rude that's not true to hurt me, so I say something mean back because I know if I say something mean, she'll tell me the truth.
Clearly, this doesn't make much sense. It seems like Jason might be trying to portray his wife as a manipulative and toxic partner. However, it's hard to tell if this is a genuine feeling or simply an attempt to gain sympathy from the officer. So Detective Barrera decides to keep digging.
so what all transpired today? I mean, you guys are married still, from my understanding, or
Separated.
you guys are separated but legally still married?
I found out the day before yesterday that she cheated on me and left me for another guy the day after my birthday.
Okay.
And then she's been keeping the kids from me, but she claims that she hasn't. But the truth is I thought she was keeping the kids from me. But the truth is she was seeing somebody instead of like calling me with the kids. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I found out she was cheating and she was lying, just lying to me. And like I was just very adamant about it. Because like when you're with someone for 7 years, like you know their poker face, you know what I mean? Like, you know when they're lying to you.
I get you.
Like, especially someone that lies as much as she does to me and yourself.
Jason is describing his wife as manipulative, mean, and the problem in their relationship, which seems unlikely given what they know he's done. This conversation is going nowhere, so the officer decides to move on to more important things. What happened to the kids?
If I'm being honest with you, sir, I don't know why I did what I did, but like I know what I told myself when I did it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, what was that? And it was like that they were that like they deserved to be with me, and that I felt like she was neglecting them, and I wanted myself, and for some reason I thought it was okay to hurt them too. I don't know why I did that. Like I thought we would be together, like you know, in whatever's after this life, like, you know, and like the whole time I was trying to keep myself at home, I kept telling myself they're waiting for you, you have to be with them.
Was this something that you wanted to, for her to feel your pain in that sense, or you know?
Say yes or no to that, honestly. I don't think so.
Okay. What exactly?
Honestly, I just didn't want to be in pain, and I think I told myself that. And you'll actually hear it in the last time we talked. I told her it's like if I'm not around, you're just gonna start taking it out on them, and they don't deserve that. And I think I felt like I was saving them. I don't know why.
Saving them in the what sense?
From going through the pain that I did.
It's almost as though he believes what he did was reasonable, at least in the moment he did it. If this is indeed the case, it's likely he is genuinely mentally ill, which means he had limited control over what he did and can claim that in a court of law. But regardless of if he is mentally ill or not, detectives still need to build a case against him, so they decide to dig deeper into what exactly he did to his kids.
Just kind of walk me through today, kind of what was going on, how were the kids? Were they joyful, playful?
They were awesome.
Yeah? I mean, they wasn't like frustrating?
Like this was yesterday and the day before.
What was?
I did everything I did, I started doing this morning at 1 in the morning.
So 1 in the morning is when everything happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was going on? Because I know you guys spoke on the phone yesterday, right?
Yeah.
What time did your guys' phone call end?
I want to say about midnight.
About midnight?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys' phone call ends around midnight.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Were you drinking? You say you don't drink, right? Okay. No. Hey. No, absolutely. Okay. So then what kind of happened? What kind of triggered you after the phone call ended? Were kids sleeping or were they up?
We were watching TV, and then I knew I had to give him a bath.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like I just something in my brain snapped because of the things she said to me on the phone.
What was it that she said?
That it's weird because she did say some nice things to me in the end, but it's like she said that was nothing, that I deserved nothing, that I was a terrible father, a terrible husband, and like all these things, and it was like I don't know, like something snapped in me, and and I know that makes it seem like I was trying to get back at her, but it was like it was never about getting back at her. It was about as fucked up as it sounds, was doing something for myself.
Okay.
And like that's what I told myself.
Yeah.
The detective makes a final note and leaves Jason on a little break before they can continue questioning. There might be something Jason hasn't mentioned yet. Something like a sheet of paper with his handwriting lying on a kitchen table and a short note on the board. Detective Barrera comes back shortly after and informs Jason that there will be cops watching him for the next 24 hours to make sure he doesn't run away or try to harm himself. Barrera then recites the whole timeline to ensure they're on the right track, with Jason making minor adjustments to the story, and eventually Barrera stops to question Jason about one final crucial detail.
One thing I did want to ask was, so I know one of the officers noticed there was a note left on the what was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Now was that when you left the house?
So like something snapped to me. I wrote the letter and then I did it.
Okay. That makes sense then. I haven't seen it, so that's why I was just looking for some help there.
I think it starts off like I mentioned about how she swore on the kids' lives that she wasn't cheating on me, and like, you know, and then I said I hope it was worth it. It was like, it wasn't like I hope it was worth it, I'm getting back at you. I was hoping it worth it, like you pushed me to do something for myself, like kind of.
Okay, so she swore on the kids' lives that she wasn't cheating on you.
Yeah.
In reality, she was.
Snap, like I don't know, maybe like.
So then you, basically in your head, you're saying. You're thinking, and again, you know, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, like,
any moment, if
I'll admit, part of me thought, like, if she's gonna swear in their lives, they belong to be with me, like, you know, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This statement confirms the writing on the board. You promised, you swore, you lied. It seems like his supposed mental illness and urge to, quote, save his children were not his only reasons for doing this. These statements make it seem like Jason partly did this to get back at his ex-wife for cheating on him, leaving him, and taking his children. It almost seems like he did all this to make her feel what he felt. However, at this point, Jason needed to rest, and the officers decided they were best off continuing interrogations the next day. Early the following morning, police officers would escort Jason out of the hospital in a robe and get him to the police station, where he would be placed inside an empty room and left with his thoughts. However, he was unaware that his ex-wife Debbie was sitting in an interrogation area only feet away from him. Debbie is sitting in a room filled with toys, coloring books, and a comfortable sofa, an extreme contrast to that of Jason's interrogation room. The reason for this is that they know for certain Debbie wasn't behind any of this, and that she's likely extremely traumatized and vulnerable right now. Their best chance at getting any information from her is to ensure that she feels as comfortable and safe as possible. Jason, on the other hand, will be put under pressure to confess as much as possible. As of now, Debbie has no confirmation that Jason was the killer. She also doesn't know that he was caught just hours earlier. So now, it's time to break the news.
I know we spoke earlier. I'm sorry, I don't, this isn't part of my job I enjoy. I do have to officially, do this, and I have to notify you that he did your 3 children.
I don't believe it. Did you find him?
Yes.
Is he dead?
No.
Where did you find him?
The police chased about an hour and 30 minutes away from here. He's in custody, and we're gonna do our best. I'm a detective on the detective unit. We're gonna charge him best as we can. We're gonna do this right.
Everything Jason said up to this point was nothing but his own version of events. And Debbie, well, she never got the chance to talk about what she saw that day and what it made her feel. As a victim, her voice matters the most. And that voice would be the final nail in Jason's coffin.
I woke up. I ate. I didn't contact them until I was on the way to get them because they had the doctor's appointment today. But I went to Walmart to get diapers. I went to Walmart to get some sand for their playback. I get a bathing suit for my daughter. And then I went there and I opened the garage door and didn't notice anything. I didn't really think about it. I walked in and I looked to the right and I saw the door broken off the hinges. And then I saw drops of blood. And then I turned around and looked in the garage and I saw that his car was gone. I started calling him because I thought maybe he took the kids or went somewhere. And then I heard his phone upstairs. So I started walking up the stairs and I just saw more blood, and then just started saying to myself, no, God, please no, please no. And I go in the room and I saw all three of them there on the bed. And they were waking up. They were so cold.
While Debbie was spilling her heart out, little did she know, Jason was sitting in the room next to her, staring down into the emptiness. Her ex-husband, the father of their kids, and a vicious murderer. It's hard to understand what he thinks at that moment, the memories he had with his children, or the regret he feels for making them leave this world too early. After 10 minutes of complete silence, Detective Barrera returns to the interrogation room for his second and last conversation with Jason, with no idea that he was about to discover a major piece of this story that could have prevented this entire massacre from ever happening.
How's your work situation? Do you work during the weekend?
No, I don't work at all. That's why I felt like I should be watching and seeing them a lot more.
Okay, alright. How long have you been unemployed?
Since December.
Since December? Okay. What'd you do before?
I worked at Bob's Crab House.
Bob's Crab House. Okay. You still keep in contact with your coworkers there? No? Okay. So, ever talk to any of them?
I did reach out to one of them after I found out that he was cheating because she had claimed that she met him at a bar and that one of her coworkers gave him her number. So I just messaged whoever. I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't get that. I was like, oh, never mind. Like, I figured it out. And then I kind of broke down later, and I was like, I just found out. And I told him, like, everything, because he was the one person that I felt like I could trust.
Have you talked to him since?
No. How long
ago have you had contact with him?
That was, like, 2 days, or that was, like, Saturday or Sunday.
And so Saturday, the kids get dropped off. Around what time did they get dropped off?
I want to say 1. It was afternoon.
Afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay. How were the kids? Were they happy to see you? Joyful?
Yeah, they were happy to see me. And like, well, because the kids were out there playing on the swings and stuff, so like I started asking around, like I was very like calm and I was just asking questions about like, who she was seeing, like, how she met him and stuff. And then, and she would say, like, she didn't want to talk about it anymore. And I would say stuff like, what do you have to lose? Like whether you cheated on me or not, it doesn't change anything with the custody battle, because Illinois, like, I know the law with, like, it wasn't a bad,
like, exchange.
It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was just, I had handled it great until I had got mad and texted her later, and like, I don't remember what I said in the text.
Okay.
Because I was just so mad that she was, that she's still lying to me,
Okay.
and that, yeah.
So then you sent her a message, and you,
And I was just getting upset too, because she kept saying stuff like, you should be spending time with the kids, and I'm like, I'm messaging you because they're sleeping. Like, I'm messaging you because, like, I can play with them and text you at the same time, like,
With all of these events combined, there would be one last phone call that pushed Jason to his limits. But that same phone call could have prevented this murder, if not for Jason's hatred.
And you mentioned it was the phone call that kind of set things off, maybe.
That's the thing, like, I mean, there was a phone call, and then about a half hour, 45 minutes later is when I started everything. But like, even the phone call, it's like, it ended well, like it had a great ending. Even the phone call, like, she was willing, sounded like she was willing to work with me and stuff, but I think I just didn't believe it, like, and I just didn't want, I know it sounds up and messed up, but I just didn't want this to end. Like, I wanted to be with them forever, and I felt like this was the only way.
It sounds like Jason actually was close to resolving a lot of his frustration with Debbie. But something after this call and before the attack must have triggered him to go through with this insane and horrifying plan.
Like, I don't mean, like, I don't want to hurt her, but I'll say some things sometimes to hurt her because she hurt me, and like,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't doing it to hurt her. Like,
Okay.
that was not my intent. Because, like, if that's what I wanted, I would have, if I really wanted to hurt her, I would have stayed home. I would have waited for her to see the kid like that, and I would have hurt her too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I would have.
I believe you, Jason. Yeah, I don't think by any means am I sitting here saying you want to hurt her. You know, I mean, again.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Now you knew at some point she would come and find you guys.
What Detective Barrera just said catches Jason by surprise, because his actions contradict his statements heavily. How could Jason claim that he didn't plan to hurt her when all his actions would ultimately lead to Debbie finding all three of them unresponsive?
It wasn't until about like noon, 12:30, like so 12 hours later almost, that's when I realized like she's gonna be here soon. Like I can't, like I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to. I can't be here when she's here because I'm just gonna end up hurting her to give myself more time to be with them.
Okay. Yeah.
And so like my whole thought process was, is the only way to get more time to do it is that I'll go drive into something, but then. There was just too many cars on the road. I didn't want to hurt anybody else. So I drove to the city. Which I don't know my way around. I don't know anything about the city. I've only ever been to Chicago, like, for sporting events, and that's it.
His response to Barrera's question completely falls apart when it's clear his actions left Debbie to discover the gruesome scene, traumatizing her forever. All of this made it clear, not just to detectives, but later a jury, that he was mentally ill and was not fully in control over what he did. In June of 2022, he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, and in February of 2024, pleaded guilty but mentally ill. This means he will serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole, while also receiving mental health treatment. After the story went public, Debbie chose to start a GoFundMe page in order to raise money for the funeral and court expenses, gaining over $70,000. As of December 2024, she's decided to maintain her privacy, but we can hope she's doing her best to move forward and recover from this tragedy.
God sometimes tells him to kill people. I don't think he's done it. I don't know anyway.
was shot? Where's the victim? What's going on? Go stand over there, please. Okay.
This is Nicole Lenway, a 33-year-old forensic scientist with the Minneapolis Police Department. On April 20th, 2022, she was on her way to pick up her 5-year-old son from a supervised parenting center on University Avenue in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nikki parked her SUV and began walking toward the building's entrance. Out of nowhere, a masked figure dressed in all black, with a hood, gloves, and a medical mask, sprinted toward her and opened fire. The attacker shot her twice in the arm and neck, before fleeing the scene in a black Dodge Ram truck with no license plates. Despite her injuries, Nicole tried to get help from workers inside the Family Wise building, but failed. She then called 911, but was shot in the neck and could barely speak.
911, what is the address of the emergency? What is the address of the emergency?
3036 University.
Hey, can you repeat that address for verification? Okay, the University Southeast. We're having an ambulance from the fire department on the way. I'm going to get you over to a medical dispatcher.
You've got EMS standing. Just stay over there. I'm not going to tell you again, please. Okay. You got pressure on the neck? Okay. Okay.
Our coverage is made possible because of sponsors like Morgan and Morgan. Over the years, we've brought you mind-boggling video of crashes like these, but what happens to the victims? Apart from sometimes serious injuries, they can face months of paperwork, enormous medical bills, and life-changing impact.
This is Nicole. Nicole is
She's been advised one gunshot wound to the neck and one to the arm as well. Right here, right here. This is the victim, right here. First name, what's your last name? What's her last name? What's her last name?
I have no idea. I've never met her.
Okay. First name's...
I just have
all we got no is first name Nikki, gunshot wound to the neck.
All right. Nicole. Nicole is the first name.
Nicole? Okay.
All right, Nicole.
Perfect. Get out of the way for you guys.
Okay. All right, dear. Can you walk? We're going to get outside. We're going to go into the ambulance. Bring you to the hospital, all right? All right. You can put her down right there. All right, dear. We're bringing you to the hospital, okay? All right. You take your jacket off right now before you lay down so it's easier. We're going to get taken care of, okay? Is there more over there? I sent the second.
All we've got is just the one gunshot wound victim. I haven't looked at any more. Just her.
All right, down here. Your head right here?
Yep. They're taking her right away.
Is there more over there? Wherever we want to?
No, but she hasn't talked at all. This is her ID. I haven't added her to the call.
This is your vehicle? Okay, what did you see?
I saw a person.
Yeah.
I didn't see the gender. I saw a person in a black puffy coat
Yeah.
and a mask.
Okay.
A slightly higher and
What
a hoodie.
skin color?
I couldn't see.
Okay.
Slightly taller than the victim. And all of a sudden I heard bam, bam. I was on the other side of the street there. And I beep, 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 beep until the light went green. And then I pulled over here and I said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she said, "I'm not okay.
Did
I'm
you see
not
this,
okay."
miss? Will you talk to my partner and tell him what you saw? Okay. Where were you in your car?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I haven't had a chance.
It's okay. She's gonna be okay. She's on her way to the hospital, okay? Where was your vehicle?
I was on the other side of the street there.
Okay, on the other side of Malcolm? This is
Yes,
Malcolm right here.
Malcolm, yes. On the other side of Malcolm, on the corner of Malcolm and University.
Yeah?
And I was coming up, and I saw the two people, and they were talking, and then all of a sudden I heard bang, bang. And then I saw one person standing on top of the other person, and there was a black somebody. I felt like it was a male, but the person who I picked up, Nicole, said she thought it was a female.
Okay.
Had a black puffy coat with a mask on, like a surgical mask.
Okay.
And was wearing a hood over it. Bang, bang, and then ran off up here.
What color hood?
All the whole coat was black.
Okay. And you don't know if it was you think it might have been a male?
I felt like it was male, but only because it was taller and thin.
So these two, you saw two people talking. Were these two people this individual with the black coat, or is?
Yeah, the Nicole, who was the one I was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Hey.
Thank you.
No, you're okay. You've got some blood on your hand. Don't. No, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're alright. I just don't want you to touch your eyes or anything like that, okay? You're gonna be okay.
Sorry, I haven't
No.
had a chance to process it.
It's okay. So these two individuals were talking. And was it the person that was wearing the black hoodie, and the person that was shot? They were talking. And then you heard bang bang.
And I heard bang bang.
Okay.
And I beat my horn several times because I worried she just stumbled a little bit. And she was holding on her neck and stumbled and walked away, and I worried about her.
Yeah.
And I pulled through because I'm going down to University here, but I pulled through and I said, come here, come in my car.
Yeah.
And she got in my car and she was bleeding all over, and I put my jacket on her to stop the bleeding.
Okay.
And we called 911.
Where was the bang bang? Where did you see that?
Right here, right by that white bucket there.
The bang bang was right
Maybe.
there. You're okay. So were you across the street when you heard this?
Yeah, I was.
And they were talking.
They were.
This might be our scene right here.
Right here.
This right here.
I see the bullets right over here.
My friend Nikki and I both have kids here at the supervised visit center.
Okay.
So whoever did that knows she was coming to pick up a kid at 7:30.
Okay.
I would assume.
Okay.
Because we get out of our car and go in and pick them up at 7:30. I was just going and she was ahead of me. And I was still in the car and I could see from the window the hoodie, the black hoodie, and someone going shooting. Like I heard shots and I just docked in my car.
Towards where was
Like
she?
they were like she was
Right over here.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Tell you what. Where's your vehicle? Right over there. Why don't you go over there? I'm seeing just some evidence right now. I don't want to touch any of
Okay.
this. I will be with you just a second.
That's her car, so she walked.
Which vehicle?
The red one is hers.
The red one is hers?
She
Okay.
got out, and when I looked from, I'll tell you right now.
Okay. So she was walking from her
So
vehicle.
she went from her vehicle to like where he just walked to go
Right
get
over
her
there?
son, because we go to
Okay.
that front door
Okay.
of the building. And I was looking from my car, like, oh, I'll go with Nikki. And all of a sudden I looked up and I saw the hoodie
Okay.
and shots.
Did you see anything other than
I literally ducked because I was
just a
scared.
guy with a dark hoodie? And
I couldn't see if it was a guy or a girl, but a dark hoodie with a hoodie.
dark colored hoodie. And how many shots did you hear?
I for sure heard two, maybe three.
Okay, 2, maybe 3 shots.
Like I just
Okay.
thought maybe because they were running. I thought they
Sure.
would run this way, so I just got in the car.
Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and sit in your vehicle for now?
Are you Timothy, sir? Yes. Okay.
Tim Amaker, Nicole's ex-boyfriend and the father of her son, was at the Family Wise Center when everything happened, finishing his visit with their son.
Right now, I'm going to ask you if I can search you for weapons real quick, okay?
3 shots.
Like I just
Okay.
thought maybe because they were running. I thought they would run this way, so I just got in the car.
Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and sit in your vehicle for now?
Are you Timothy, sir? Yes. Okay.
Tim Amaker, Nicole's ex-boyfriend and the father of her son, was at the Family Wise Center when everything happened, finishing his visit with their son.
Right now, I'm going to ask you if I can search you for weapons real quick, okay?
For weapons?
Yep. If you could just put your hands up, thank you, sir.
Why would I have weapons here?
What's in this pocket, sir?
Wallet? Okay. You want to pull it out so you can see it?
No, just keep your hands up for me first. Thank you. Okay. So, your ex-partner was involved in a shooting. Right outside here.
A shooting?
Yes, a shooting. So right now, we're going to ask you if you could come with us and speak with someone with the department downtown.
No, because I don't. I've been threatened by Minneapolis police. I've been told by. I've been told that I was going to get stay out of Minneapolis or I would catch one. I've been threatened multiple times. I have a recording from Sergeant Amy Walker that she said it didn't ever happen. So if somebody from St. Paul wants to come and talk to me, but I don't feel comfortable. I've been threatened by, not to say that you guys, but I've been threatened by multiple Minneapolis police officers, and I've been in here. I mean, I don't know what this has to do with me.
Timmy, that's just what I was gonna say. I've never met you before.
Yeah.
It would be me and my partner right there that took you down to be interviewed. Our body cameras are gonna be on the entire time. You can keep yourself on.
Sergeant Amy Walker said the interview happened, and I have the recording of it. So already,
Hang on to that. You have the recording.
Oh, I do. I have it, but then I went to internal affairs twice.
Yeah.
So for, my ex and her co-workers to say that I'm gonna be okay going somewhere when I haven't even done anything.
Right. I completely understand your concern, but here, our body cameras gonna be on. It's gonna be my partner and myself.
Yeah.
In our squad, we hit our record button on our squad. You'll be 100% fine.
I've been told that before. You don't even understand the situation that I've been in or what's happened in Minneapolis. Like I said, I've been pulled over, threatened by your fellow officers. I've been threatened before I went into court to testify about her striking me down with her car by an officer.
Timothy,
I want nothing to do with
I
it.
can guarantee you that's not going to happen tonight.
And I've been told a lot of things guaranteed, like for example, Sergeant Amy Walker said that she was going to do something.
Yeah.
And instead it turned into, hey, so.
So you don't want to, see, we were trying to, well, I'll let Sarge talk to you. But there was a shooting that happened down here.
Which that has nothing to do with me.
Right. That's why we want to get you interviewed, get you out of here, get you on your way.
You me right here.
We can't.
Yeah, it's up to the detectives to do that.
Well, if they want to call me up or whatever, but I've been here the whole time. I don't know what happened out there. I'm not.
Do you have your ID?
You said there was a shooting. I didn't even hear gunshots.
And the phone number? What's your?
Do you guys want to hear the recording? I still have it on.
From Amy?
Yep.
I don't. That's not for us to.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you gotta think about it. I've been threatened by other people that have been involved with my ex, whether it be physically or whatever. I've been, Amy Walker said conversation never even happened.
Yeah.
Which happened. I mean, I've been threatened more than once by Minneapolis police officers. So I mean, I want nothing to do with it.
When was that? Did that happen? Like years ago? A long time ago?
He said that they could come right down.
That's not going to be an option. I'm sorry that was provided to you, but I'm letting you know right now that, and I'm asking, would you be willing to go down there? Otherwise, we're going to have to take in cuffs.
I didn't do anything though.
I understand that, but you're still here. This is where it happened. We just need to talk.
So would you put everybody here in cuffs?
Sir?
That doesn't make sense.
I'm asking you politely. Would you be willing to go, or do we have to do it in handcuffs?
Tim, like I said, my partner and I would take you down there. Everything's going to be rolling on camera. Everything will be fine.
I've been threatened by Minneapolis police so many times because you guys are her friends, man. You guys are her coworkers. And I've been sitting here the whole time. That's so unfair. That's completely unjust.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is put your hands behind your back.
I'll go. Can I drive? Can I follow you guys?
No.
In between two
No,
squad
sir.
cars?
No, sir. So can we please do this now?
Sure.
Okay, step on out.
Can I?
Sir, please.
This is a big deal as far as I know. I'm sure you know too, but I know probably less than you.
Well, I was just told that she got shot in the neck, so I don't know. I mean, they said she's okay, so that's good.
Okay. You know more than I do.
Are there any other vehicles on file, or is this it?
This is mine. Yeah, this is mine.
This your only car?
What do you mean?
This is your only car?
No, I have a Dodge Challenger too.
Okay.
It's under a tarp though.
Gotcha.
Can't drive it, otherwise it's gonna get potholes and chip up the rims and do all that.
Tim, sorry we met under the circumstance, all right?
I just wish the same enthusiasm that you guys are using for one of your own, that you guys would use for a little black 5-year-old that's been getting molested.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm just saying I wish the same enthusiasm was used for that little boy that you guys are using right now. Like, I have no idea what happened or anything, and then I don't like the way, to be honest with you, I don't like the way I was lied to tonight. I mean, I'm glad, that you guys turned out to be honest. And I'm glad that the guy gave me back my phone, but I literally sat down with him in front of him and said, see, dude, I got nothing to hide, but I can't leave this here. I just wish the same enthusiasm when you can use for my son.
Understand. Tim, have a good night.
Despite their efforts, investigators were struggling to find any leads on Tim. The next day, Nikki woke up. Unable to speak, she communicated with investigators by writing. She was clear. She believed her ex-boyfriend, Tim Amaker, was behind the attack. Nikki was convinced that Tim had orchestrated the shooting. Though she couldn't say who the shooter was, she strongly believed that the attacker had been a woman, not a man. Despite the lack of physical evidence tying Tim to the crime, she had no doubt he was involved. With this new information, police brought Tim in for a second interview.
But there are some details in there that we kind of wanted to go through a little bit more.
Absolutely. Is there a reason why you guys just couldn't call me in and say versus?
Well, there's some information.
Now I got 2 dogs that are.
We can get into that.
Okay.
And I'm sure you might have a very good explanation for any and all of it.
Any and all of what?
Well,
we'll get into that.
But because you have been brought in custody, you do have certain rights.
Okay.
I'm sure you're aware of them. But, you have the right to remain silent.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to the presence of an attorney to assist you prior to and during questioning if you so desire.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't afford an attorney, won't be appointed for you without cost.
Okay.
You understand all those, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what we kind of want to get into is there's some details that have come out in this investigation, and they kind of link to you.
Well, of course, I'm gonna be the first guy you guys look at.
Well, yes, you do have a motive.
I don't have any motive.
Well, there's the custody thing, right?
No, custody thing's over with.
It's all over with?
All that's over with.
Okay. Isn't it true that she has custody?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you wanted custody, wouldn't that be a motive?
Motive for what?
If she's not around, now you have custody of the child, correct?
No, her parents would get custody.
Is that the way it was in the courts?
I believe, isn't that what happens?
No, because you're the biological father.
Yeah, you could take that to court. I don't know. You could fight it. I have no money to fight.
Okay.
So
I guess what we want to do is...
My motive is, my direction hasn't changed, and I can show you guys emails right now, is to I've talked to press, just like I'll be talking to them about what happened to me this morning, but I've been talking to the press, I've been talking to other outside entities, BLM and other ones, about what her and that referee have done to me, and what have done to my son. Okay. So, well, and we're aware. Bringing something to light is way better than any violence will ever do anybody.
Okay.
And I'm trying to bring the situation to light.
All right, well then you'll appreciate what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because then you might have some information regarding it.
I do. If you guys talk to Sergeant Amy Walker, once again, I have multiple times told her that Nicole has admitted, and I gave her that evidence, so Sergeant Amy Walker has it, of Nicole tampering with evidence. Before, a long time ago, I said, this is going to go this way. I said she's already having people spray paint her house, people following her. I had two, when she was dating a couple of guys in MPD. One of the guy's current girlfriends, two of them came to my studio to look for her. She talked to one of them, the other one she has a recording of. And I told Sergeant Amy Walker that, plus I gave her the evidence of Nicole admitting that she's tampered with evidence.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
But let's go, we're gonna give you some information here, and maybe that might help shed some light to you.
Okay.
All right? So, one of the things that kinda concerned us is that night when you talked to Sergeant Benner.
Which one is Sergeant Benner?
Sergeant Benner would have been at the scene, the black.
He's the guy that just
walked up.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you talked to Sergeant Benner, he asked you what type of vehicles you owned.
He didn't let me finish. He just asked me and walked away, so I started talking about a Hellcat, and then that was pretty much it. He didn't let me finish. I have 2 motorcycles, I have a truck that I don't really consider mine, it's on lease.
Okay.
And then I have a Jeep that's in the shop right now,
The Jeep that you had at the scene that night.
Yeah, that's in
correct.
the shop, yeah.
Okay, so that truck is the
That's
one that
something that's
is kind of interest to us.
Okay.
Because we can
We
put
got
that.
to take it and look at it, look through
No,
it.
but the reason is because that truck, we can put that at the scene, and we can put that as the shooter's vehicle.
There's no way.
Oh, yes.
There's videos.
Of the truck?
Oh, yes.
And the suspect.
So let me kind of explain this to you here. So basically, I don't know if you're familiar, this is kind of the technology thing, is kind of over my head, but your truck, this is your truck here, right? And this is your name.
This is when we ran your DVS.
Right?
I don't know if that's the VIN number, but we'll just say hypothetically yes.
Okay, so this is what DVS says that your truck is,
Mm-hmm.
VIN number.
Yep.
And then you currently have a temporary plate on it.
Is that right?
Okay, so that's a temporary plate number, okay? So provided this is all right,
I have new plates coming in, so those
Okay.
ones are,
but provided all this is correct,
this one I don't have.
okay? All right,
Okay.
so, but you do have this truck, black truck.
I have a black
That's-
truck, correct. Yes.
And that's the one you were just stopped at,
Yes.
correct? What happened with that is, we did an administrative subpoena, and you can see that the numbers are the same as far as the VIN number. So what happens with the administrative subpoena is, they went in, they basically gave that particular number, and there's this thing called an IMSI, okay? That number is, IMSI, is associated to that truck.
Okay.
Okay, it's kinda like a phone, has a little deal on it that says it. So that number there comes from that,
Okay.
okay? We then in turn did a search warrant, and you can see that the numbers correspond. And so the search warrant is done for that number of the IMSI,
Okay.
okay? What that does is it gives us a running location of the vehicle, okay? So,
Basically a tracker.
No, I understand, that's how they find me.
Does that make
all the
sense?
time. Yeah, no, I understand how that
Okay.
works, it's,
so that's what we did.
okay.
Now, we did that because of the fact that at the scene, we had, so this is a picture, right here,
That's not my truck.
of the truck coming up there.
That's not my truck. Dead giveaway right here.
Uh-huh.
I have Superman logos.
Okay, well,
Where'd you get those?
I got them a while ago, no, long time ago.
I mean, from Amazon or where did you get them?
I'd have to look.
and when did you put those super low?
Those were on, I don't know, I could try and locate an exact date for you guys if you guys want.
Okay, well, let me
How
ask
long,
you this.
roughly?
I don't know.
A month? A day? A week?
I wanna say maybe to this event, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks before?
I think, don't quote me, cause I don't wanna get all whatever over on logo. But I don't think this is, also my truck has a GT right here too.
No, these Superman, are they magnets or what is it?
So no, they're stick-ons, but the GT comes factory, right? So the GT, so I don't, once again, there's no GT here, there's no logo here. So is there any way for that to be faked?
No.
Are you sure?
The pictures?
No,
The IMS.
the IMS.
No.
Okay. Cause I don't see a GT, and the GT comes on from the factory.
Okay, let me ask you this, when did you actually pick up the truck? Not when you got the lease going, but when did you actually physically take possession of that truck?
The truck was actually delivered delivered to me.
But when?
I would have to look at that too. I don't know.
Approximately.
Jeez.
Because you got it down in Shakopee, correct? They're the ones that delivered it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have to look to see the exact. I mean, but that's easy for us to figure it out too.
Well, we've got some
I don't want to
information,
I know, but I don't want to.
But I mean, did you get it a month ago? Did you get it a week ago?
No,
did you get it 6 months ago?
I've had it maybe 6 months ago. I don't know. You guys should have all that exact information.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't doubt any of that information. All I'm saying is there a way to fake that, because there's no way that truck could be there if I'm there with my Jeep.
Well, that's another question. Who else has access to the truck?
Colleen has access to it.
Is she the only one?
To my knowledge, I mean, I don't know if somebody can steal the keys. I mean, like, for example, the reason why I went down to change the plate is because somebody stole my front plate off, and they stole the back frame off.
What do you mean by you went down to change the plate?
So they stole so originally, if you guys look up that truck, it has old temporary plates on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the old temporary plates were stolen off the truck.
And what was that?
I couldn't even tell you what that plate is. I can tell you what all my custom plates are because they're custom.
Okay.
But I can't tell you what all the other ones are.
So someone stole the plate off there.
So I just went down to the DMV and they said it's been happening a lot.
Okay.
So.
And when did that happen? Was that?
Oh, it's nothing for me to be concerned about because it's just, I mean, it doesn't really matter anyways.
You didn't report it?
No, it's a temporary little deal.
But when did that happen, I guess, in relationship to the shooting?
I don't even know, like weeks ago.
Weeks before the shooting?
Weeks ago, like weeks upon weeks ago.
Okay, and when did you get the replacement?
A day or 2 days before that.
Before the shooting?
Yeah.
And you put the replacement on?
Yeah.
So you had the replacement on it?
Yes, on the back.
And you ever take them back off again for any reason?
No.
No,
There's two spikes on, so the spikes are hard to even screw on. And
it's just on the rear, correct?
Yes, yeah.
You
only did one time.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you did that at? Was that at home
or the dojo?
No, it was at the studio.
At the studio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I went to City Hall, and from City Hall I just...
So you're thinking sometime in March, if we're going off of when the
shooting,
when this happened, as far as you getting the new ones to replace the...
No, it was a day or two before that. Because I went into City Hall.
Okay, this happened on the 20th.
So it'll be on the 19th or a Monday or... There's a receipt from City Hall too. I mean, so I can pinpoint that exact. I can get you guys... I don't want to be... So in family court, if I was an hour off, see, you're lying. I'm like, I'm freaking an hour off. Okay. So I don't want to be caught up on an hour or two or something, but I can go back and get you guys the exact day, the exact time. I'd rather, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's go back to who has access to the truck.
Yes.
So Colleen, for
Colleen
sure.
has access.
Does she have her own keys? Her own set?
There's two sets. One set is busted.
What do you mean? Like
it's
the fob or what?
Yeah, the fob is busted.
So
when the dogs got it.
Okay, but does that mean it can't be started without the fob?
I have no idea.
Because my car has a fob, it also has a key.
Those don't have.
That's what I mean. I don't know about your truck.
I don't know.
Because what is your truck?
It's a Dodge.
2022.
According to that.
Yes.
Yeah. 22, 23. I don't know.
All right.
So does it have like the push button thing? Is that the way it starts? Okay.
So I just keep
you
the
just
fob
have
on.
to have the fob and you push the button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess just so you understand how we get to the fact that your vehicle is involved in this is because we were able to capture video from basically 350 feet from your house all the way to the shooting scene. And that also tracks with the IMSI.
Okay.
So if you look at this here, you live up here in
So is there a way that
Cleveland,
somebody could have taken the vehicle?
right? Well, you live there, right?
Yep.
Let's go through this first.
So basically, we got a video camera that shows it.
I don't deny any of this.
Okay.
Like I don't know how it's possible.
And
But
well, we can think of
that's the route it went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm showing you this because I know you have a distrust of the police, but there's a picture of the truck.
Okay.
Okay. Here's another picture of the truck.
Yeah, these are all cameras, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you can see that we're tracking, that it was tracked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay? So again, well,
Dude, can I see those real quick?
Sure. So not only can we track it to that location, but we can track it back to that exact location from the house.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay? And the IMSI,
How come I'm not seeing GT or the logo or anything?
well, as far as the GT,
The GT's factory, comes out from the factory.
Right, but as
So
far as
let's
the-
say we can argue and say, oh, the Superman things were stuck on there quick, right? I still don't see the GT.
okay, well, the thing about video and moving vehicles is it's harder to see things that are not. Is this GT in a different color? Is it like white?
No, but you can see it from miles away. I mean, it's, yeah, so I don't know.
All right, so basically, from the IMSI, there are.
That's fine, that's fine.
And here's what you have to understand.
That's fine.
There are no other trucks on that video.
Okay.
That match that. This is the only truck. Okay?
Yeah.
So that leaves us with, I guess, basically.
This isn't my truck. There's another big giveaway. I don't see any box. The box is like really, can I see the other ones?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've seen, we got pictures.
I've seen different ones that. Okay. So it does have the box on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, what I'm telling you is, the IMSI, this is the truck.
Okay.
There's no doubt it's the truck.
So is there any way that, I don't know.
So what we're kind of trying to figure out here then is how is that possible? You know, like you're saying that this has something to do with Jamal Clark's
I think
stuff. Well, why
you
is
gotta
that?
talk to Sergeant Amy Walker about all this stuff. I
Okay.
gave the information and I walked away with it. Like I said, there's recordings of her admitting that she tampered with evidence. I
Okay.
don't know why nobody really cares about that. I don't know if that's because that's an inside deal. Do you guys work for the Minneapolis Police?
Yes.
Oh, see, so this conversation is probably, I mean, I already have,
Okay.
I already have a
But let
bit
me
of
ask you, do you have something to do with Jamal Clark?
No, I have nothing to do with them.
Okay.
But I mean, if something
So
would happen to her.
you don't know anybody who would have access to your truck that has
So,
anything to do with that Jamal Clark?
It'd be perfect for somebody to try and set me up. It'd be too perfect for somebody to try and set me up.
So you think this is a setup?
I don't know what it is, but I know that I was under lock and key the whole time with my son.
Yeah, we know where
So
you
I don't get. So you're
family-wise. So let me ask you this, is there any reason why Colleen would want to shoot Nicole?
Oh, hell no, she wouldn't hurt anybody's freaking baby's head. I mean, plus the timeline wouldn't even really match for her to do anything anyway, because she works, she teaches.
Okay. Well, that's where the problem comes as well.
Okay.
Because we also got warrants on your phone and her phone.
That's fine.
So we can track your locations and her locations.
Okay.
Okay? Now, did you use that truck earlier in that day? For example, around 12:09, Larpenter and Snelling, were you around that area?
I don't know if I had the Jeep or the truck. So
Where'd you go?
So on those days, because the dogs, I transport the dogs in the truck, right? But I mainly use the Jeep whenever I can. So on those days, I always, because she has to I take the little puppy with me, and then she usually take the big dog with her. So it's easier I can manage both dogs, but she doesn't feel comfortable managing both dogs. So I'll take the little puppy with me, take her out, kennel her, go to Family Wise, and then get back and uncover. Sometimes Connie is there. When I get back, sometimes she's not. Sometimes grocery shopping. But she teaches class at the Taekwondo facility, which I have cameras at the Taekwondo facility. If you guys want to use them, you guys can have access to them.
Okay.
So,
well, let me continue here though with so just to, I guess, refresh your memory, your phone was in the area of 12 or
I went down
in the area of
I went down it. I have
Larpenter and Snelling.
So like
at around 12:09.
Yeah. I went down it.
And at that point in time, we also have that truck at that location.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean,
So you wouldn't contend that you weren't there and you weren't driving the truck at that time?
I would not contend that at all. I mean,
Okay.
Elections and Larpenter, I think that's when I dropped off a pair of jeans at, the Golden Tailor.
The Golden Tailor? Okay, so you dropped a pair of jeans out there. Where's the Golden Tailor?
Lexington or Larpenteur, whatever.
Larpenteur town, that area?
Yeah, so there goes liquor store, Golden Tailor.
How
about the vet?
Did you stop at the vet?
Oh, yeah, sorry, yep, so I went to the vet because, Nova, she had her, what's it called? What's it called? She had a shot.
Okay.
How about that? Okay. A shot.
Okay, so let me tell you this as well. We have pictures from that location in which there is no Superman logo.
There should be.
And
there's no
also,
18 either?
There's no plate. It looks just like these pictures.
Really? I don't know.
Okay,
You guys can go
so
back.
now that's basically, what, 7.5 hours before she gets shot?
Like I said, you guys can call City Hall. I mean, I put that sucker right on. So that's why we asked you earlier.
So is it possible the Colleen took the plate off? You think the plate, the plate was on there at that time?
I don't think she would take
Okay.
the plate off.
Well,
I don't go out, all right, so, let's say this, I don't go out and check for my plates every single time. Like, I didn't even know the plate was missing, the other one, until somebody told me.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I don't.
So it could have been missing and you wouldn't have known it?
Correct. I mean, it's not like they're actual real plates, so I don't really care about them. I'm waiting for my real plates to come in.
Let me ask you about your relationship with Colleen. So how long have you known her?
I've known her for quite some time.
Oh.
I mean, years.
Well, let me go a little further. Is there a reason then that Colleen maybe was trying to protect your son? Because let's finish this here, okay?
Yeah.
So the phone records put you basically going back to your business.
Okay.
And I believe it was roughly between like 2:30 and 4. You're at your business.
Okay.
Okay. Colleen comes over to the business around 3.
Okay.
Now, at that point in time, when you went to the business, the truck also goes to the business.
Okay.
And the truck stays there.
Yeah.
Now, you leave, and I think it was roughly around 4-ish,
Okay.
and you end up going to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you're at your house from, I don't remember exact numbers, but maybe 4:30 to 5:10. At which point in time, you and your phone then heads over to Family Wise.
Yeah.
That makes sense? You'd agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you were driving, not the truck at that point in time.
I never drove the truck over there.
Okay, so you're driving the Jeep. So why do you never drive the truck over there? Is there a reason?
Yeah, so that the big dog can go with the Colleen, because the big dog doesn't really fit.
Okay, so it's a thing's the dog. Okay, so then the truck leaves there at the fitness place at roughly 6:55. And
I could leave at 9. I mean,
and so
starts at 7. Yeah.
So is Colleen's phone.
Okay.
So her and the truck go from there to your house.
Okay.
And then at that point in time, the truck goes from your house over to the shooting.
Well, what about Colleen's phone?
Her phone stayed at home.
Okay, she was at home.
Her phone was at home.
But your truck wasn't.
But her truck wasn't. So basically what we have is we have her at the truck.
I can show you video footage of her being at the house. I have cameras all over my house.
Okay. Well,
you guys want to see those?
We pulled it already.
Okay.
We got it.
We're searching your house and the business currently. So, but we're just trying to get from you, how does this make sense? Because your truck, there's no doubt your truck's involved in this.
Okay.
Okay? There's no doubt Colleen's driving your truck from the business to your house, and then somehow your truck leaves the house almost immediately after hitting the house and goes to do the shooting.
I don't know, guys. I don't know what you want me to say. I would say
you're educated, man. You're smart.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think happened?
I would say I don't want to guess on anything for the simple fact if I were to guess on a lot of stuff, I would guess some things with I wouldn't guess on this.
Who do you think took your truck from your house?
I don't know.
And went to shoot Nicole?
I have no idea.
Who would have a reason to do that who lives at your house.
No one at my house would have a reason to do that. She works for you guys. That's the
Timothy,
stupidest thing you could do.
Timothy, here's the
Somebody
deal.
that works for the
Timothy, it's not a robbery. It's not a carjacking. I mean, we have the incident it's on video, and it's a female.
And here's what we're really worried about, and we need you to explain that it's not the case, is that somehow you conspired with Colleen to do this so that you'd have a rock-solid alibi.
No.
Think about it. You got a perfect alibi.
I'm okay with it. You guys can show my truck, and I'm willing to cooperate and do what you guys want. I don't.
Again,
but I'm not going to draw.
What do you think about this?
I think it's a situation.
How can you?
I would have never thought in a million years that my truck would be at the scene.
And who do you think is driving your truck?
I have no idea.
How do you think your truck got to there?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You as an educated man, you
as
have no idea.
As an educated man, I'm not going to draw a conclusion to something that Colleen is not capable of, in my eyes.
Your truck's there. It's a female suspect.
You guys
this is a straight-up execution attempt. There's no robbery. There's no carjacking. So who, like Sergeant Jensen said, who logically would want to pull this off?
You guys would have to talk to Nicole and literally sit her down.
No, we're not. Nicole already has given us some her insight.
That's fine.
But who's in the other room? Colleen.
Okay. She doesn't have it in her system to do that, man. She really doesn't.
Well, she had your truck.
I don't think she has.
You see how this looks though?
I can see how I can see how it makes it look. Absolutely, and I don't think that was my truck.
Well, we told you how the data says your truck. Let's go back. Let's try this.
And even if it is so, all right. So let's say that the numbers don't lie, right? Let's say the numbers don't lie.
And the phone data doesn't lie.
Yeah, correct. But then the phone keeps. You said the phone never left the house, which there is evidence of her.
But
there's evidence of her phone being there.
Yeah. No,
well, her. Yeah,
so here's the
I have
thing.
cameras on my house that should show her in the house.
You know where your phone's at right now?
Yeah.
Where?
You guys have it.
Okay. So if you leave and we take you somewhere else, does that mean you didn't go somewhere else?
Well,
huh? Okay. So just because your phone stayed here.
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Or if somebody found this
think
out.
about this. Why would somebody just leave their phone at home and drive off in a truck?
I really don't.
And try to commit murder.
I don't think that.
Can I ask you about your guns?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you have several, correct? Okay, how many?
I don't know.
Come on, man, really?
I really don't know. Let's see here. I have 5.56 .223, which is basically the same caliber. 307. Oh wait, that's not even caliber. I have a lot.
Handguns?
I have handguns too. Yep.
Okay.
9. I have a 9, 357, 45, 22. Checking my gun knowledge now. 357. 9, 45.
You said a 22.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have the 22 anymore though. I don't think I have the 22 anymore.
Okay.
There's a couple of them I don't have.
Yeah,
You know, clean those guns?
I was going to say, did you take her to the range to shoot?
No. I've never taken her to range, but yeah, she didn't like the whole experience with the class from what I recall.
When was the last time you went to the range?
Oh geez, man, it's been forever. Because I can't carry my guns on me, so I just store them at my house for now.
All right, I noticed you didn't mention the 380 in there. Do you know if you have...
There's 2 380s, but I don't own either one of them anymore.
You got rid of them?
Yep.
When was that?
What kind of 380s?
One was a Ruger, and then one was a SIG. So the Ruger was, over. Oh my God! If you guys can go back and check it, it was like basically a couple months after I bought it. And
when did you buy it?
I don't remember. It's a long time ago.
I mean, years ago?
Years ago.
Okay. Now, who do you usually buy your guns from or through?
2 places. Al's gun store in...
Where's that one?
Al's, he's like the oldest gun store, one of the oldest gun stores in Minnesota. He's right down the street from my studio.
Okay, so White Bear?
No, it's not technically White Bear. It's not technically Vadnais Heights. There's like a little thing in between them.
Okay.
So, and then the SIG, Nicole had, I gave to her like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. So she had a shotgun when she first came to me talking about when she tampered with evidence. That's when she changed her name on social media. She shut down a bunch of her accounts. You guys were doing extra rounds per house. She did her conceal and carry around the same time. I gave her the SIG. And then I brought a shotgun over to her house as well too. So the shotgun I do have underneath my bed because I got that back. But yeah. So she has that one. Steve has the Ruger.
And what
about that one?
And what about the second 380? Did you say when you got rid of that? No, but you said you got rid of them both, correct?
Correct.
So when did you, the second one, I don't think you mentioned when.
Yeah, Steve has the first one. That's like a couple months after I bought it. And then Nicole had the other one that I gave to her as a present.
Okay.
And she never gave it back?
So you're saying Colleen does not carry right now?
No, no.
And you don't know her to have it?
But no, she doesn't have a gun.
But would she have access to your guns in the house?
No, she doesn't even know where my guns are.
Where are they?
One is underneath my bed.
But the rest?
All hidden. I'll bring you to them right now if you want to see them.
Well, we're out there right now. We just don't.
I don't want my house being all torn apart.
Well,
that's
why we if you tell us, then they wouldn't have to tear it apart to find them. I mean, they're hidden that well?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll end up finding them. I mean, so my house is going to be torn apart right now?
Well, there's been a search warrant.
Okay.
Again, the evidence looks like that this is some kind of conspiracy.
3 hours before the attack, Tim Amaker met his girlfriend, Colleen Larson. They swapped vehicles. Tim took the Jeep to FamilyWise for his visit, while Colleen drove the black Dodge Ram. After the shooting, Colleen returned the truck to their home in St. Paul, following a similar route. Surveillance footage along the way captured a female driver, matching Colleen's build. Behind the wheel of the truck, an FBI agent traced their movements using cell phone data and the truck's Wi-Fi. With ironclad evidence quickly mounting against him, investigators now just need to find a way to convince Tim to tell the truth. With Colleen being questioned just doors away, Tim is quickly becoming more combative in his conversations with police.
Okay, so do you think she could be capable of doing something like this to Nicole in order to help you out or advance your relationship? Or?
No.
All right, so you had nothing to do with conspiring or telling Colleen to commit this crime?
No.
So her committing this crime would be completely on her own?
If she did what he's saying is you didn't plan this out together?
I know. There's nothing that me and her have done to go against Nicole. I mean, Nicole has made my life, I feel like you guys had a buddy talk with her, to be honest. I'm going to be honest. And now you guys are bringing me through the ringer for something that I had nothing to freaking do with.
Nicole is a problem for you?
No, she's not a problem for me, per se. I feel like she's a problem for my son, and I feel like she's a problem.
Well, wouldn't that be a problem for you then?
No.
So if she were out of the picture,
that wouldn't do any. No, it wouldn't do any good to anybody. It wouldn't do any good. It would do no good. Zero, zilch. I mean, what good am I gonna do? Okay, so we all know technology today. Like, I'm not even surprised at any of this, right? So technology today, you guys are gonna find who did this. Period. What good would I do?
We did find who did it.
Okay.
She's in that other room right over there.
Oh, there's no way she did it, man.
Oh, she did.
I don't think so. There's no way. She doesn't have a fucking bone in her body.
You explain to me then.
I mean, how many people can print off keys? I don't know. I mean, I literally,
So you think somebody printed off keys to go kill Nicole? That's what you want us to believe.
I don't know what.
And brought the truck back.
And brought the truck back.
Okay, so
and you have cameras.
All I'm telling you is I don't think she has it in her bones to do anything like that.
Okay, and you had nothing to do with any explanation or telling her, let's go do this?
No.
I want to do it on this particular day and time so that I got an alibi?
No.
Nobody will ever suspect you?
No.
So if she tells us something different, you're basically saying she's lying. No, you didn't answer my question. Are you going to say that she's lying then?
I don't think she's going to say that, man. So
that wasn't the question.
That's not going to come out. I don't think that conversation, it's not going to happen. I mean, no. She didn't do this. I know I had nothing.
And she's not gonna say that you put her up to it.
There's no way, man. Like I said, I would have lawyered up by now. I would have never cooperated in the beginning. I wouldn't be cooperating now. Let's be honest here. You guys have each other's backs. I mean, I have people that are in law enforcement that I know too, and I've heard stories. You guys have each other's back, plain and simple. You guys are a family. You guys do your thing. Just like within my own community, we're a family. We have our own things. So,
and let me tell you this here.
why would I have somebody put me over
We
and threaten
have
my
each
life?
other's back as long as it's a lawful thing.
Just because you have a badge on doesn't mean you're a criminal with a badge. Okay, there's good people and bad people. Like right now, I think from the vibe I'm getting with you guys are fine. You guys are good, right? But there's most definitely good cops and bad cops, just like there's good judges, bad judges.
There's always bad apples, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. There's bad apples. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Can I be released?
Well, we're gonna see what happens when we talk to Colleen here.
Okay. Is there any way that I can make a couple phone calls to my clients and say, hey guys, I'm not gonna be there for a while? Can I please do that?
Once we get done figuring out what's going on with Colleen, we'll figure out what we're gonna do. And then at that point in time.
So there's gonna be, once again, I'm being cooperative. Can you guys give me a little bit of mutual respect back?
I think they're gonna kinda figure something's up when the police are out there searching your business.
Okay.
They're gonna go home.
So they're gonna kinda figure something's up. You don't necessarily need to tell them right now, you'll be able to explain it to them later. But right now, we're gonna finish our process.
Okay.
I know mine.
I believe that you guys are treating me way differently because of who she is and whoever she's telling you that I am or whatever, man. And that's, I think that's
You can have your opinion, man.
I'm sorry to feel.
Well, there's a lot of opinions being thrown back and forth, right?
I'm sorry you feel that way, but, I can guarantee you that's not the case.
Need some water in here?
I would like to make a couple phone calls.
Okay, that we can't do right now, but.
I can't make a phone call?
You just have to sit loose for a second.
That I thought was part of my rights, making phone calls.
Once you get arrested and placed in prison, or in jail, you haven't been put in jail yet.
Do you want some water?
No, can you guys just watch me make the phone call?
No,
not right now. Hang on.
A raid of their home uncovered matching bullet casings from the crime scene. Colleen was arrested for attempted first-degree murder. The case against Tim remained weak until Colleen started talking. Under questioning by police, she confessed to driving the truck to shoot Nikki in Minneapolis before fleeing back to St. Paul. She testified that Tim had been the one to hatch the plan, and he'd said Nikki was continually abusing their son.
Your Honor, I stand before you with the utmost respect for the decision to come. I accept all the consequences for my actions. I understand and want to atone for what I have done. A simple apology cannot cover the long-term damages that I have caused.
Anything additional from you at this time?
No, Your Honor. I fear for anyone who stands in his way, as he has the unlimited capacity to cause chaos and destruction to those he deems as adversaries. I ask that the court protect not only me, my son, and my family, but all of the others that could suffer from his past and future fury.
Amaker on Monday expressing outrage at what he called a smear campaign and a trial of smoke and mirrors, charges the judge swiftly rejected.
If we make him look like a bad guy, he must be a bad guy.
I will note for the record that you have not taken any accountability for your actions. You've shown no remorse.
Tim Amaker was sentenced to 18 years in prison for attempted first-degree murder and aiding Colleen Larson. Larson later pleaded guilty and received 16 and a half years for her role in the crime. For an extended version of this video, along with uncensored raw bonus clips and access to premium content,
What's going on? A dead lady laying right over there. What? A dead body or something laying right over there. I did not get closer. Laying right up in there. I got you, buddy. Just hang back. All right.
This shocking discovery of a dead woman would
I'm trying to find my phone.
fine.
I lost my phone.
Me and her was walking around. She lost her phone. That's all I know. But I'm not talking to you guys.
Why not? Well, you're not free to leave.
Yeah. We gotta figure out what's going on. I got to talk to you.
Come here. Yeah, you do. Come here. You're not free to
Leave
leave.
us alone. I'm just
No, you're
trying
not
to
free to leave
find
because you're
my
standing over her
phone.
while she's on the ground. I'm
It's
investigating.
not a crime to
That's
try
fine,
to
but I still gotta
find my
investigate it.
phone.
You gotta talk to me.
I do. If you walk away, I'm putting you in custody, detaining you. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, then you gonna have a
So you
problem.
can stay
And
here.
you think you're God
and talk.
because you have
You
a
can either stay here
badge?
and talk, or you can walk
Do
away.
you think you're God
then you
because
can
you
have
have
a
a badge?
problem,
Which one do you want to do? You want to walk away?
I don't give a fuck.
Then stay here and talk so
I'm
they answer
just-
questions.
My
We're
sister
trying
says
to
she has
find
a
my
phone.
phone.
You can
I'm
go find
freaking
the
out
phone whenever
because
the
my
fuck.
And I
neighbor
roll up
called
and you're
me
standing
without
over her
my
and she's laying on the
phone.
ground.
Is that a
This is
crime?
my sister,
Last
dog.
I checked, freaking out
I don't know
because
that, do
I can't
I?
find my phone was not a crime
You don't
against
think
the
she's
law.
my sister?
How do I know if it's your sister or not?
Okay. Hey, are you my sister?
So
Are you
you're
married
saying
to
if
my
him
brother?
and I pull up here,
Are
you know we're
married-
brothers?
Are you married to my brother? No, tell him.
No.
Are you married
There's
to my
a
brother?
ring on my
Are
motherfucking
you
finger.
married to my
Last
brother,
I
Zachary
checked.
Brooks? Are
Last
you
I
married to my
checked, there
brother?
was a ring to my.
Are you married to my
finger.
brother?
All right, so
Last I checked, there was a ring
how much
on
you
my
got alcohol
So
you guys
then
been
you
drinking?
can shut up. And
How
I
much
haven't
alcohol
been
you been
drinking.
drinking? You haven't?
I
Our
haven't been
personal
drinking.
life
There's
is
something
none
all
of your
over.
damn business.
What's I need both
I'm
your
going
IDs.
home.
I need both your IDs.
You don't have.
I need both your IDs. If you tell me no, if you tell me no, you're being
I'm
arrested for
trying to
failure to
find my
identify.
phone. It's not a crime to try and find my phone.
Yes, but being intoxicated in public is.
I'm not.
No.
And you are slurring your speech, laying on the ground, stumbling. Thank you.
I'm trying to make sure
I
she gets
have-
home safe.
I have
Is it wrong that I make sure she gets home?
No, that's
disabilities.
perfectly fine.
I
I'm driving
She's
up
a
and I see her.
female dog.
disabilities, and that is not
She's
a
a
crime.
female dog. Do you think
Okay.
it's
A
not
crime?
okay or make
Having
sure she gets home safe?
disabilities is not a
Alright,
crime.
deal.
Shall I call my lawyer and sue you?
You can call him and try to sue. It's fine. I have reasonable
she's
I
cause to be
will.
out there.
I
have
will.
reasonable cause to be out there.
Because I am a female,
female.
with
I'm making sure she
disabilities
gets home
trying to
safe.
find my
You
motherfucking phone, and you're
005175.
stalking me. You are stalking me, trying to find my motherfucking
I
phone.
should give you my ID. I don't even know why I gave
It's
you my
reasonable
ID.
suspicion because I believe there's a crime being committed, was committed, or
There
going to
is
be
no
committed.
crime
So I have every
being
right to ask
committed.
What
You
crime
are
do you
stalking
think-
us for no
What do you
reason.
think I committed? What
Go
crime do
ahead.
you think I
Put your
committed?
little f***ing thing on.
What
Because
crime do
you
you
are
think I
stalking
committed?
us
Don't touch me,
for
back
no
up.
motherfucking.
Hold on, what
I
crime do you
didn't
think I
touch.
committed?
I didn't even touch you, you stupid f***er.
Hold on, back up.
No!
What do
he
you think-
said
what
I
crime do you
touched
think I
him.
committed?
I didn't
What's your
even
name?
touch him. All
What's your
Hold on,
because
don't answer him. What crime do you think
What's
I
your
committed?
all because I went like
She don't have to answer.
say I touched him.
Let's back
All
up.
because
Okay,
I went
here,
like
back up,
this.
please.
No, you back up.
I'm telling you to back up right now.
What do you
Like
think I
this.
I'm
committed?
telling you to back up. You're going to be arrested for obstructing official business. You want to go that route? Let's go.
You're stalking
crime?
us.
Back up.
What is her
You
name?
are
Back up. What's her
stalking
name?
us. None
None
of
of
your
your business.
goddamn
It is.
business.
Because what crime do you
I am
think
a
I
That's your
committed?
obstruction. You are
American.
3 seconds away from being
Okay.
arrested.
I am
What
a
did I
your
do?
name?
What
What
did
is
I
your
do?
name?
What
Last
did I
I
do?
checked, I was American.
What is your
What did
name?
I do?
Last I checked, I was American, and I'm trying
That's
to
not your
walk.
name. Your name is
I'm
not
trying
American.
to fucking find my
I am-
phone. And
Your mama.
I was
Chill out.
motherfucking American allowed to
What is
fucking
your
find
name?
my phone.
Your mama.
None
What
of
is
your
your name?
goddamn business.
Okay, well, you're both being arrested for obstruction.
Hold on. No. What?
Hey,
what?
don't walk away.
You stay right there.
Hold on. No.
Stop resisting.
No. What did I do? Hold on. What did I do?
We have a female running, black shirt, sweatpants. We're trying to get one in custody resisting.
Hold on. What did I do then?
We f***ing told you.
Hey! I was walking.
Get back over here.
Hey, get back over here. Hold on, sir. What did I do?
Stay right
then?
there. Don't move.
Get over here. Get over here right now. Get over here.
Why?
You're under arrest. Turn around for obstruction and failure
Go
to
ahead,
identify.
harass me.
I'm
Because
going
I
to.
was trying
Turn
to do what I was trying to do when you started harassing me.
No, I didn't harass you.
Yes, you are harassing me. I'm trying to find my phone,
What's
and
that?
you're harassing me, dude.
You're harassing me.
Good.
I was just trying to do
Good.
so you can release me.
No, we're not releasing you. That's not how that works.
You just busted my eye open.
Well, we told you to get back several times, didn't we? Sheriff's office, why don't you come out and talk to me with your hands empty? Drop the gun!
If we called the cops, he was going to kill us. And the first time
said that today?
Today.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Okay.
On February 10th, 2022, 911 dispatchers in Maple Falls, Washington began to receive multiple complaints about a belligerent resident in a nearby subdivision. What started as a routine disturbing the peace call quickly devolved into a violent scene of brutality so insane, even area neighbors were compelled to pick up arms and fight back. Some of the footage you're about to see has never been seen before.
Howdy. Are you having trouble with the neighbors?
It began with a series of complaints from Maple Falls residents that their reclusive neighbor, later identified as the then 60-year-old Joel Burke Young, had been discharging a shotgun into the air and making verbal threats against them.
Oh, so he's making smoke. Okay. I'm not the burn ban police, so I don't know if there's a burn ban because of the air quality.
I don't know.
I have no frickin' idea.
No, I don't either.
So, who's out shooting a shotgun in the air?
Deputies Ryan Rathbun and Jason Thompson of the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office in Washington are the first to respond, completely unaware of just how dangerous this situation will soon become.
But he's just out here being an asshole.
That's correct.
He's pissed
That is
about
correct.
the fire.
That is correct. That is correct.
And you're like, what, dude? So you're going to go...
That's correct. Yeah.
You're more than prepared to put it out. You didn't make any threats to shoot anybody.
No.
He didn't make any threats to kill you?
No.
Okay, these guys are pissed off because he's...
Well, he may have. He may have.
Okay.
But I wasn't overly concerned about it.
Okay. Let me go talk to these guys and I'll brief him real fast. Yeah. These guys are out here all armed up and pissed off because they're like the local neighborhood buddies and watch group, right? They're like, why the f*** is he shooting a gun out here? Yada, yada, yada. They're pissed about that.
The trigger-happy suspect will soon appear just off camera, opening his front door to make it known exactly how he feels about the whole situation.
Have we talked to him immediately?
No one's talked to him yet.
Okay, so that's...
Probably a 2-officer contacted him, talked to him. Step into your walk and get to see her. I don't know what this guy's name is. Hey, Ron, you want to go back in the house? He was back out of the door yelling, so I just don't want you in the backyard. Do you know his name?
No.
No, he doesn't know his name.
No.
Yeah, just wait. Garage-ish stuff. I just don't want you getting shot by that idiot. Yeah. So he's gonna come to the door and yell and be foolish. I don't want to order him out till we get another person. Hey, sir.
Hey, you want to shoot?
No, it's the sheriff's office. Why don't you come out with your hands empty and talk to us?
Kiss my
Okay, well, that's different.
Do you want to just keep an eye on that and I'll talk to these guys?
Sure.
While Deputy Thompson maintains visual on the Young house, Deputy Rathbun talks with nearby residents, hoping to gain some insight into the mind and mentality of their suspect.
Well, he just asked me to kiss his dick. Maybe it was Deputy Thompson, I don't know.
Well, the slug from the shotgun is not the slug, the plug.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's when I saw the plug land in our backyard.
Why don't you come out and talk to me with your hands empty?
Sheriff, get the f*** out of here. Tell these people to put the goddamn smoke down. Take a ride on the wild side. Hit it.
Based on the suspect's dangerous behavior and blatant refusal to follow the officer's instructions, this situation has the potential to quickly take a catastrophic turn.
But if he's shooting it up in the air, it's raining a house over on the kids, do we have a reckless endangerment issue?
This isn't the first time, and
Possibly.
he told us if we called the cops, he was going to kill us. And the first
He
time
said
we
that today?
Today, he said, "Call the cops, and I'll kill you." And we said, "Fine, we'll go get our guns. and We're calling the cops."
To you guys,
To us.
today he yelled that to you.
Yeah, just when this happened, because we told him to stop shooting. We have kids outside. Told us to go f*** ourselves.
You can put some notes in CAD. Our subject appears to be intoxicated by interaction, verbal and physical. He's armed with a shotgun. He's aware law enforcement is here and doesn't care.
I said, "Fine, we're calling the cops." And he said, "Do it and I'll kill you."
And you saw him armed with a gun?
Yes. Yeah, he shot
Do you believe he would possibly engage and shoot you guys?
Yeah.
This will all be an audio and video recorded.
Yeah, no.
Everyone understand
There's a
that?
reason I
Boom, boom,
grabbed
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
He's not a 12 gauge.
It seems Young's antics had been escalating for some time, to the point where his neighbors feel their lives are now at risk, but no one is prepared for just how violently unhinged Young can really be.
He went back in the house and proceeded to egg me on and yell obscenities at me through the window.
Okay.
And I informed him that I'm a veteran. He wants to f around. I was in Afghanistan. I don't care. Come outside.
Right.
I'll dump right here. You threatened me, this household, and our family. I defend all terrorists, foreign and domestic. I don't care.
So
that is the
and that's why you went and armed yourself.
Yeah.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
We're gonna deal with him. The cavalry's coming. We're gonna deal with him. Whatever that looks like. He's not gonna be allowed to shoot guns and fuck. Right? So we're gonna take care of it.
Step away.
I feel you. I know what you're saying. Okay? We're gonna deal with it.
Suddenly, all hell breaks loose.
Where do you want to go?
Sheriff's office, drop the gun!
Shots fired. Shots fired.
You okay? I'm hit.
7-4 welcome.
That's right. With both deputies struck down by gunfire, it's the neighbors who take up arms to defend against the maniac terrorizing their streets. After one of the men unloads an entire magazine into the window of the suspect's house, the others help the wounded deputies into the cover of the nearby garage, where they quickly attempt to render first aid.
Keep driving. Keep driving. You okay?
Hey, call medics!
They're coming. Ben, shots fired. At the front door. Hey, get back.
I'm alright with it. Not alright with it. Just be honest.
Jay, we got hit in the face. Jay and I are out of here.
Tell him, go to my van. In the back of the van is a med kit. Big red bag, black backpack. Please grab it. I don't have a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I need aid, but we need replacements. Yeah.
Yes. In the head.
We're both hit.
In the head. Full officers.
In the head.
I'm losing vision in my left eye.
Okay.
Just please sit down. I got you covered, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bleed here.
While the extent of the officer's injuries isn't yet known, it's clear that they're in desperate need of medical attention. Additional members of law enforcement continue to arrive at the scene to assist, but the shooter is still at large. There's no telling what'll happen next.
I doubt it was a slug because I wouldn't be here.
No, it wasn't a slug. We got BBs.
I got sterile pen. How many you want?
Jay, stay armed up.
That light blew out.
You need it back over here.
He shot me at the front door. Mine's right here.
On to that. Can you drive, Bum?
Yeah, I can drive.
As the harrowing standoff continues, the injured officers have no choice but to transport themselves in an attempt to obtain the medical care they need.
You good? You good? You good?
I'm coming. Hey, what's your name up there?
Get in, Bone, get in. Back seat, get in. 7-2 and I are self-extricating to aid. You can let them know at the fire hall that we're coming in with gunshot wounds.
Copy, immediate aid at the fire hall. 16 to 7-4, we're behind 8. Kendall on Oregon Trail.
Okay? We're both shot. We are the ones that are shot. Don't go any further down.
Advised, we got 2 victims, both with buckshot, shot to the forehead, both with scooping around the pulse.
We can all ride in one ambulance.
Yeah, we're going to. We only have one here. So who shot you?
Guy in the house.
What's his name? 3031?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna load you guys up, okay?
Okay,
Just put your rifle down. I want to load you up and go. Okay?
With white trim, we got a bunch of civilians helping us.
Just load them up and go.
With the injured deputies safely in the care of emergency services, tactical units can focus on swiftly bringing the suspect to justice. And indeed, it won't be long before the full force of the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office descends upon the home of the alleged shooter.
All right, I'll take a look at the map. How far up are we from here?
Be safe. We think the guy's still in the house just in case.
for attempted murder. Gotcha. Times 2. Right? Where'd James go? Yeah, that James. Hey, Triplet. We're gonna take 2 and go around King Valley that way. We're gonna take him and I are gonna go up King Valley and go around east.
I want you to stay further out for perimeter, so that's going to take all the tight stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If there's a way when we get back there, if there's a way to make contact with Haystack, I'm going to get this moved because we're going to have a big piece of armor coming in.
Okay.
Austin, what do you need from me?
I don't know. I think I just need to go to him and jump bear tank on your side and see if that door.
Okay.
I think they're pretty well empty, so I don't think there's very many people in there yet. So whatever you need. Okay. And shotgun? We don't know. That's what he was firing originally, I guess, but we don't know what they got. That's what the CAD says. So, and nobody has eyes on the guy, so we don't know if he's in there or not. We're assuming he is. Okay. But they had pretty good perimeter in southeast. Do we have a description, clothing? We had nothing. Nothing. So.
With his house surrounded by an army of law enforcement officials and armored vehicles, it appears Young doesn't quite grasp the severity of the situation as he finally opens his front door and makes his presence known.
Door's opening.
Door open. Show me your hands. Hands up. Put your hands up right now. You're under arrest. Step out front. Hands in the air. Step out. Follow command. Show me your hands. Keep your hands up. Hands up. Higher. Keep your hands up. Walk out to the street. Get the FN ready. Suspect at the front door laughing at us.
Joel Young wouldn't have the last laugh, however. At 6:03 p.m., officers secured Young in handcuffs, bringing an end to a day of needless terror and indiscriminate violence.
Get on your face! Hands out! Hands out! I got the house. Hands out to your side, all the way! Jaron, out of the turret!
You guys are really making a big scene out of nothing.
Keep your taser on him.
He has no idea what he did.
Who?
This guy. You guys are here for me? Like, he has no idea.
Amazingly, despite the flurry of gunfire directed at his property, Joel Young was completely unscathed. With the alleged shooter in cuffs, it wasn't long before the heroic exploits of the gunslinging neighbors began to circulate among the ranks.
Because he was jacking a shotgun around, so him and Jay, I think they were like approaching. I don't know how close they got. I don't know if they had door, and I don't know if they returned fire.
The neighbors returned fire.
I don't
What's that? No, they did. Oh, they did?
What's that?
The neighbors returned fire. Oh, the neighbors.
Neighbors.
Those neighbors right there, when Bone got hit, they came up to get Bone, and they returned fire.
Oh.
One of them with a shotgun, the other one with a rifle, shot at the guy here. And they grabbed Bone and brought him back.
Gotcha. Well, good.
Everybody's looking at the house, and I'm like, all right, this is my team. And I don't know who those guys were, but they were great.
Do we know exactly what houses they're at?
Know what?
Do we know what houses our assistants were at? Oh, it is that one.
Those two, Rath one and the other officer.
You know if they're okay? The officers?
We don't know. Yeah,
That breaks my heart.
Rath one is like.
He's like family. He's like family.
He was standing right over by the door there.
Where you mean where the garage door is, where the lights on?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was standing there, and he said he was a sheriff.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then I said, you. That's what you do, right? Okay? It's not that I don't appreciate sheriffs. My dad was a border sheriff. Okay? I appreciate all you people. That ain't the point. I'm really getting damn tired of this what's going on. You can throw me in jail if you want. It's okay. I'm not a threat to you. Because I'm sick of this, right? I got neighbors over here that are freaking crazy. I can't stand it here. I want to move somewhere else. But if you throw me in jail, I guess I'll just sit there till I die.
Despite both officers suffering wounds caused by birdshot to their faces, deputies Ryan Rathbun and Jason Thompson would eventually make full recoveries and return to duty nearly a year after this horrific experience. Each was awarded the State Medal of Honor in May of 2023. Joel Burke Young faces several felony charges, including 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. He pleaded not guilty at his arraignment on February 18, 2022. As of January of 2024, he's still awaiting trial and remains in custody at the Skagit County Jail.
What's your emergency?
Hey, I'm a bus driver and one of my students just passed me a note that says his mother needs help and that his dad is hurting her.
Okay, do you have an address?
Yeah, they live on, it's the first house when you turn into the neighborhood.
Okay, officers are being dispatched now. Can you stay with the child until law enforcement arrives?
Yeah, so I'm just parked outside the neighborhood. I'll stay here.
This is what the Las Cruces Police Department were informed of on April 23rd, 2021. Just the night before, Veronica had endured 12 hours of what could only be described as a living hell, all because of her abusive boyfriend, Eric Alvarado. At this point, fearing for her and her children's life, the main thing on her mind was to call the police. But Eric had confiscated her phone and refused to let her leave his sight. However, Eric and Veronica's son still had to go to school. This gave Veronica an idea that would save her and her family's life.
Can you explain to me what's going on today?
Last night he was taking me a lot.
He was shaking?
And so with the pillows.
Okay.
He picked me up. He got my head against the cabinet, and then he slept on top of here. And then my kids were screaming and crying. And he said that he was either I die or he's gonna have a with you guys.
Veronica is clearly distressed and just thankful that the cops are here to save her. In fear of her life, she wrote a note behind Eric's back saying that she was in danger and to call 911. She passed this note to her kids in hopes someone from their school would call the police. The note was given to a bus driver who immediately called the Las Cruces Police Department. The cops need to know exactly what happened. Veronica just told them that Eric would have a shootout with the cops if they came, so they know they're dealing with someone either dangerous or delusional, something they would quickly find out.
Were you trying to get away from him, or what happened?
I just started doing whatever he asked me. He would even tell me to follow him to the bathroom when he needed the bathroom. He would make me pick up the seat for him.
Okay.
He said, "Are you gonna let me?" And then I was just like, "Well, neither." And then, but I was crying for my mom because he really think I would do that.
He didn't try to get out, and he didn't forcefully try to keep you from leaving or anything like that?
I've tried before, and it never works. So I just stayed quietly, and I stayed up on the bed. I rolled the bed to try to get away, and he would just pull me closer and hug me.
Okay.
But I didn't have a phone to call you guys, so I just only.
What happened to your phone?
He has it. He always takes it because he knows that I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, so the marks on your face, is that from him, or? And not from okay.
And then
Listen to exactly what Veronica is saying. It's obvious that this isn't just a one-time thing. She's using phrases like, "I've tried before and it never works," implying that she'd almost given up trying to escape him. This is known as learned helplessness, a condition where an abused person starts to believe that they're powerless to save themselves because of the repeated abuse and perceived lack of control. Unfortunately, it's more common than you might think. On average, it takes 7 tries for a victim to escape their abuser, and every single one of these failed attempts would start to make them feel more and more powerless, as though control of their life is slowly slipping away. Given that Veronica has a 5-year-old son with Eric, the abuse might have been going on for years, with her essentially resigning her fate to his violence and manipulation. If that's the case, then her son's actions should be even more celebrated, finally freeing his own mother from a relentless cycle of abuse.
Can you explain to me what happened first yesterday?
we were arguing. I think he was just more frustrated because he was yelling at the kids, and then he started to get upset with me. He got upset because I didn't cook, grabbed himself something to eat, and he told me to cook garbage and give it to him, but it's because I had the baby in the bed and I laid down. She was getting upset every time I walked out.
Okay.
And then so I came in here all mad talking shit, and I was right there by the microwave, and I slammed it to close it because he had his food in there. I was gonna heat it up, and he told me to shut up, and then he got up and pulled me from my hair and pushed my head toward the cabinet in my head, like when like that, and it's like swole way right here. When like that, and my eyebrow hit right here.
Veronica continued to tell the officer about that night's abuse, how he choked her, threw her around, and grabbed hold of her so hard that she couldn't force his hand away to save herself.
Yeah, I was holding onto his arm, but he lifted me up because he's so strong. He lifted me up and he slammed me on the counter. My kids were crying at the same time as my oldest son came out.
What did you feel when he grabbed your neck?
I don't know, like I was like trying to fight to get it off, and then all of a sudden, like my body just started feeling weak.
Feeling weak?
Yeah, and I just like, I felt like I was underwater and I couldn't breathe. And I was just like trying to calm him down, like, "Oh baby, I love you, please stop, this is not." But I was just like, because I already know how he is.
Directly after being choked almost to death, she's still pleading with him and telling him that she loves him. Obviously, it can't be discounted that this was just an act to get him to stop, but again, this is a very common reaction. Eric has likely used either love bombing or intermittent reinforcement to manipulate Veronica. Love bombing involves initially showering the victim with affection and attention, forming attachment quickly, and intermittent reinforcement involves quickly alternating between kindness and cruelty. Both of these create a powerful emotional bond and dependency on the abuser, making it much harder to leave, despite making her feel like this.
Talking about, are you scared to die? And I'm like, yes. She's like, how does it feel? Because you almost died. And I was just like, if it just hurts, it's painful. He's like, why are you scared to die? And then I said, because my kids.
But the last little piece of information the cops get might just be the most important one, and unravel why tonight's abuse got so out of hand.
From PTSD, depression.
And he hasn't took his medication either.
Bipolar depression and...
Yes, and it takes so much drugs. He has anxiety, bipolar.
Yeah. So the only thing that set him off was the whole him not having food ready and all that?
No, it was the kids. He was yelling at my son. And that if anything gets him upset, he gets really, really upset.
Apparently, Eric suffers from PTSD, depression, anxiety, and bipolar. He's supposed to take a litany of meds to keep him stable, but that night, he hadn't taken any of them. Of course, this isn't an excuse for his behavior, nor is it to be assumed that many bipolar people would ever act in this manner, but it could be a possible explanation for the severe and continued abuse.
How long have you been with him?
On and off for 7 years. There's a time when he sent me to the hospital, but I didn't first try.
So you never...
I felt bad because he always calls me just like, I'm sorry, this is so bad.
So
I'm a sick man.
Has he ever been charged with domestic or anything like that? He has? In Las Cruces or New Mexico?
But his previous with his ex-girlfriend.
Okay, but not with you.
Yeah, and a lot of times I drop the charges because I feel bad.
Eric is clearly dangerous and needs to be locked up, but that all depends on if Veronica is going to press charges this time or let herself be manipulated out of it again. But before she can even make that decision, the other cop comes into the room and lets them know that they need EMTs on the scene immediately.
When you were standing up and you started... I don't know if he was making him do himself. Is that normal for him?
He gets like that when he's really upset. And he's not acting in an angry way. He does that, and sometimes like he'll fall on me and like I can't pick him up.
Okay. So panic attacks are normal for him?
He's been out here all week.
She says he has knives in the drawer, so...
It seems as though Eric has had a panic attack and needs help from a medic. The thing is, the cops can't be sure if this is a genuine reaction or another way to try and guilt and manipulate Veronica, but either way, they get the fire department on the scene to check him out.
Does he need to go to the hospital, boys?
He's wanting to go.
Oh, he's wanting to go? What do you think?
We're trying to just take the blood pressure, that's about it. His oxygen's good right now, it's at 98%. Heart rate's fine, a little elevated at 98, but nothing crazy.
Do you take your medications for PTSD and the depression? No, what? Do you take medications for it? Yes. Are you current on your medications? So we always recommend heading up to the hospital, especially because he has like PTSD, bipolar depression.
Medically, everything seems fine with Eric, but they still decide to take him to the hospital temporarily at his request. In the meantime, Veronica is now curious about the rest of the process and has made a decision on if she's going to press charges.
He always bonds himself out.
Okay.
And he told me that I'm starting to remember a little bit. It's like, I didn't think I'm gonna be that long in fucking jail. I could bond it up real fucking quick.
So I know you said you want a restraining order, so we'll work on getting that. Usually it's going to be an emergency restraining order.
Would I be able to press charges on him?
So in situations like this, it's up to the state to pursue charges. So usually we go through with, no matter if we have charges, we're gonna go through with the charges whether you want to or not.
I should have pressed charges when I couldn't even open my eyes.
Emergency restraining orders are common in cases of domestic violence, especially where there's children involved. Courts are often available 24/7 for the filing of these, and in open and shut cases like these, they'll usually get approved on the same day. That means that Eric physically won't be allowed near Veronica, her kids, and likely their home unless he goes through a rigorous legal procedure. But it turns out that might not even matter, as it looks like he's heading straight to jail.
It is going to be a 48 for him. He's going to be cleared already.
As long as he's clear, he should be fine then. It's going to bring me the ERO.
Oh, so hey, can I get a district court judge for the ERO?
Oh, okay.
Cool. From this point, the officer fills out the restraining order and takes care of some other paperwork and investigation around the house. But the day isn't over for Eric yet. Far from it. He was taken to the hospital, but as the officer figured, he was discharged almost as soon as he got there. That meant that it was his turn in the spotlight, and he was handed over to the police, who were going to make sure that he got exactly what he deserved.
Stand up, face me. Turn around for this officer. Turn around for him, bro.
Oh, man, I gotta piss, bro.
Alright, bud. Well, before we take you in, alright, you're gonna be placed under arrest, okay? CID is the one that are gonna take you the charges. Unfortunately, I don't know them. But you are gonna be served a
emergency restraining order. I would suggest not contacting her, writing her, going to the house, none of that.
As the officer mentioned, the case was handed over to CID, or the Criminal Investigation Division. In even simpler terms, the detectives. Usually a case is passed over the CID if the crimes were particularly severe, or if it requires the specific resources or skills the CID have. In this case, it's very likely the chronic abuse and psychological manipulation that warranted their intervention. As to truly unpack what happened here, it would require an expert to dig deep and use their skills to figure everything out. That's why less than an hour after he was released from the hospital, he was sat face to face with a detective that was about to grill him for his side of the story. Unfortunately, Eric didn't exactly make that easy, and it ended with him back in handcuffs and on his way to a cell.
Eric, Detective Bardo with the Las Cruces Police Department. How you doing?
Not so bad.
What happened last night? Okay, so you're here for a reason, and I'm here with you for a reason, and that's to get your side story. If you're gonna tell me nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and leave and proceed my investigation. So right now, this is your chance to
What am I being charged with?
I'm not there yet, but I'm in an investigation. I'm investigating you.
I don't feel good, man.
Okay.
I want to go.
All right. I'm gonna take you back to the holding cell, okay? So the last thing that I need to do was get your side of the story. Since you're not gonna give that to me, I'm gonna go ahead and charge you with 3 counts of aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation. The other one's gonna be suffocation. Or 2 of them be suffocation. One's gonna be strangulation. Battery on a household member, and also deprivation of property to a household member. 3 of the 5 are gonna be felonies. Okay?
What? Why are they felonies? What did I do that?
3 felonies.
Why?
Do you want to talk to me about it?
But like, what did I do? What did you say?
I don't know, you were there.
I didn't.
You were there.
I did nothing. I didn't do nothing, bro.
Okay.
I did nothing to
Then
her.
stay with that. Stay with that story.
I want to know what the.
I'm not gonna tell you anything because you don't want to tell me anything.
As it turned out, Eric would only be charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery of a household member, 1 count of battery against a household member, and deprivation of property. And with Eric safely in cuffs and in a holding cell, the police had only one more job to do to put Veronica's mind at ease.
Hello?
May I speak to Veronica, please?
This is her. Yes?
Okay, just real quick, I wanted to let you know that I'm gonna go ahead and charge Eric. He's gonna have 3 felonies, which is gonna be aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation. One's gonna be strangulation. The other one's gonna be battery on a household member, and the other one's deprivation of property of a household member. So another thing, I'm asking the officer to call a Sky Report to CYFD. Because of what he exposed the children to. They'll probably just reach out to you, ask to see the conditions of the house, make sure that they're suitable for the children.
I know because of what happened, but then at the same time, I don't know how to say this. I accept what you're doing, but there won't be any way he can see his kid.
There will be, but it's got to be in different terms now. The way you guys had it, it obviously didn't work because look what he's exposing the children to.
As of July 2024, Eric Alvarado is still awaiting sentencing and is being held without bond. However, based on his charges and history, it's estimated he'll likely spend up to 8 years behind bars. With intervention and checks by CPS, the children will also receive treatment and care for any trauma or abuse caused by their father, and Veronica will finally be free of the horrific treatment caused by her evil husband. And remember, none of this would have happened if not for what Veronica's 5-year-old son did that morning, being brave and strong enough to reach out to save his mom, changing his whole family's lives in one heartwarming and heroic move.
Snapped inside a crutch shirt. They got it on video, like she snapped.
Officer, hurry! Get lightning here!
I don't even know why I'm going to jail. They're the ones who held my son away from me.
Well, I watched a video of you grabbing your son underneath his shoulders.
Trying to pick him up. I can't hold your hand, baby. Why? Because I'm in handcuffs.
Chaos erupts in an Iowa gas station when customers intervene in a family dispute. The ensuing havoc results in an astonishing brawl that leaves the community stunned. But that's nothing compared to the shock that police officers get when they learn that the pandemonium started when a mother violently manhandled her 9-year-old autistic son. The lazy quiet of a September weekend in 2021 is broken when a call comes in to 911 reporting an uproar at a local convenience store.
Police department, can I help you?
People fighting up here at Quick Trip.
How many people are fighting?
Well, mom was beating her kid really bad in here.
Ma'am, I can't hear you. Something's wrong with your phone. How many people?
It's like 3, 4. And other people, it's the kids from her, and they're all yelling and freaking out.
All right, we'll be on the way up there.
Even through a poor phone connection, the commotion in the background is enough to alert dispatchers that a bizarre emergency is unfolding at the Quick Trip gas station. Officer Miller of the Des Moines Police Department is first on the scene, and the crowd that rushes to greet him is the first indication that something is very wrong there.
This lady's in here.
drag him around the stores, right? So we tell her to calm down, and then she is just going crazy now. My homie not in there holding her down right now.
Officer! Hurry! Get lightning here!
Oh my God. Somebody better get this just touched me.
Okay.
She punched her and she punched her.
Hey!
Get her out. She's throwing everything and beating her.
Place your hands behind your back.
I'm not.
Place your hands behind your back.
my son.
Place your hands behind your back. Place your hands behind your back. You just struck me.
Fine, but I want my son.
Okay, okay.
No, because they're the ones who started.
Place your hands behind your back. Relax. Relax, okay?
Officer, because they're the ones who started.
Keep your hands behind your back.
I am behind my back.
Okay.
And I'd like to talk to an officer now.
Okay, I'm here.
I want my son.
Place your hands behind your back.
They're the ones who started it, and I want my son.
Okay.
The commotion inside the convenience store will make it difficult for police to piece the situation together, but it will surely be easier with this woman secured in handcuffs.
What is going on?
First of all, I was trying to discipline my son. They got involved. My son is ADHD. I was trying to get him out of the store. They got involved when they wasn't supposed to. I just want my son so I could go home, please.
So why are you throwing things? You hit me.
They're the ones who kept getting in my face and would not back off. Leave me alone.
Okay, so that's
So
your reasoning for throwing things at me?
No, and I did not mean to throw them at you. I just want my son so I could go home. Because
All right,
I know
we're
what the
gonna step
problem
outside.
is
We're
with
gonna
my
step
son,
outside.
and nobody doesn't want to
All right. Step outside.
Tell me that I just want my son so I
Okay.
can go home.
Are you here with anyone?
Just me and my son.
Where do you live?
Right behind us, and I would like to take my son home. He has workers. Right now, the workers and I've been dealing with this because he has ADHD. And I would like to get him home for medicine. So can I please take my son home?
Stand right here.
I just want my son so I can go home.
We're gonna figure all this out, okay? Have a seat in my car.
And I'll be
All
going to call.
With the mom squared away, Officer Miller goes to check on her son.
All right, is everybody else okay?
Yeah, everybody's fine.
Okay, everybody's fine.
You can see the marks on his neck.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my mom to jail. If she's doing that to him in public, imagine what she's doing to him in private.
Hey, buddy, can you talk to me? Okay. Can you look up at me? With mom, kind of. Oh, yeah, you got marks on your neck. All right. Can you sit here for me, okay? Thanks, buddy.
The boy is reluctant to talk, but the discolorations on his neck make it more important than ever for Officer Miller to get to the bottom of this situation.
You got video of this?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
The QT got videos of it too. Everybody here is gonna say the same. You literally just walk over to where they was behind the fountain drinks. Like,
So what was she doing with her child? Picking,
She was like,
get up.
like taking him up by the neck?
He's literally on his back and she's pulling him by the arm.
He like let it go.
Okay.
And her,
throw him down.
And she's sitting
That's when I
she's
took
yelling loud as hell like, I don't give a
we
you
wasn't
coming
even
with
gonna
me.
say nothing, but it just kept going on. So then we walked back there, and then we just tried to tell her to stop, and she started tripping out.
Who did she assault?
Like 4 or 5 different people.
Did she assault you?
Me,
Which one of y'all did she push with the door? One of these little kids. She called her black. Like she just sweet
out of control.
She assaulted my fiance. I had to actually put her on the ground because she was getting way too out of control. I held her down for a little bit. She bit me. She
I got a video of him holding her down to where she can't do anything anymore.
Okay.
Because she was really getting out of control.
It's already clear that however unhinged this situation appeared when Officer Miller arrived on the scene, the full story is even crazier. But the breathless testimony of the witnesses cannot compare to the video itself.
She was like trying to put her hands on these little girls. I don't know where they went.
She squared up with another little girl. Was talking about I'm gonna punch you in the face. She just kept throwing stuff and throwing stuff.
She threw something at me. I
She threw something at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did that. That's when I hit her.
Yep. Okay.
Because you don't do that to kids.
Nope.
I'm not with none of that.
We wasn't in the wrong.
No, you're helping this child out. That's what I mean.
That's all we.
You're doing what you should have done.
Right.
If Officer Miller was reserving the benefit of the doubt for his suspect, this cell phone video has clearly changed things. To the mother currently sitting in the back of his police car, however, the fault lies with everyone else.
This was fun.
And Brendan has a habit of making everything worse. This was my son. I
If the mom thinks her son and the other customers are to blame for this incident, she seems to be the only one who feels that way.
But then she ended up punching him in his back and then hit me in the back of my head, and that's when I really just took off on her.
So she assaulted both of you?
Yes,
Okay.
somebody else had a video.
We didn't assault her first, but do you two wish she's going to be going to jail anyway? Do you wish to be victims of the assault and testify?
I want to press charges. I don't care.
Do you want to go to court and testify?
Yeah,
all that?
I will.
Okay. Yeah.
I will. Most definitely will.
Outstanding.
For him,
that helps us get a little more valid. So thank you.
Yeah, she pressed charges against me. I'm pressing charges against her for hitting me. If they would have backed off, I would have been able to take my son home and go home calmly. But they don't even know the situation, and they think no, and they know nothing about my son.
There are clearly two very different views of what happened before police arrived on this bizarre day, but security cameras have captured every moment of the action. Police will soon see for themselves exactly how things went down inside the Quick Trip, and so will we. In the meantime, the cell phone video is more than enough to disgust Officer Miller.
Can you show me where she slams the child on the ground again?
Is this video?
I don't know what you can see, but picks him up under the arms.
Takes him, swings him down.
Picks him up in the air and throws him on the floor. Okay.
While she shows her video again to Officer Miller, her fiancé shows Officer Peckman how he was hurt in the melee.
Do you have any injuries on you from...
Well, I don't know what you can see, but punched me right here in the back.
Okay. And then you said she bit you?
Well, she attempted to.
Yeah, okay.
She didn't get the chance to because I heard she got out of the way. But she was pinching me literally right here. So you can probably still see the
Some redness, yeah.
So when I was walking out the store, she punched me in my back. She punched my girl, and so we just attacked her because that's my lady. Like, ain't nobody just gonna attack my lady.
Having gathered statements from the main participants, the cops have another conversation with the woman who started all of this.
See if she has a story. See if she has someone who can come pick this child up. Ma'am, what's your first name?
And I can also give my son's workers.
Just as the officers note those down, she utters more strange details.
If my son has to go to foster care, I will understand, but I would like to go home so I can talk to his workers and get all of the samples.
Sure, we'll get all this sorted out shortly. What's going on with him today?
Brendan, he is ADHD,
Okay.
autism on a spectrum, mood swings, DPMD, that goes along with the ADHD.
Okay.
His workers are under Orchard Place Guidance Center. He is due for his medicine, and he's even got a doctor's appointment to get back in school tomorrow because he's been homesick.
Okay.
And when he does not get his way, which the workers know, he will throw a fit like that in the store. And they told me to carry him out and get him back at home. And that's exactly what I did until they got involved. And I tried to tell them they don't know him and they don't know the situation.
What's his first name?
Brendan, and his psych meds are at my house right now.
As shocking as it is that a mother would so quickly volunteer her son for foster care, it's obvious that there's more to this family history than police can unpack in an afternoon. However, a hint of it may come out as Officer Peckman searches Regina for weapons.
I'm going to pat you down really quick, so I'm going to have you pop out. Do you have any weapons on you, or needles or knives or anything that's going to hurt me?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I don't even do that anymore since I've had my son. This is just the first time somebody's involving themselves when they don't know the situation and what I go through with him. And like I said, he is due to meet with Brianne tomorrow because we're discussing to getting him into focus.
So does he stay at Orchard Place sometimes?
No, because he's not 10 yet.
Okay, I gotcha.
He's taken off from the house. Like I told her, he's due to have his next dosage of medicine when I get home.
I'm gonna get the car started. I'm gonna get the AC running so you get some air. I'll go ahead and get your keys. We'll get this sorted out, okay?
And my wallet's behind the thing.
Okay. Oh my. We're good. We got quite the call here.
This is a dramatic understatement, as will become clear when we see the wild Quick Trip surveillance footage in a moment. But the entire video isn't necessary for the police to come up with some likely charges for Regina Morris.
I mean, she straight up picks him up under the shoulders and body slams him on the
Yeah, I saw.
So I
saw the video
that's a little bit more than
just picking him up and getting him to the car. Yeah.
What do you think? Certainly some sort of child danger.
I think that's
Body
something.
slamming
Yeah.
child, right?
Yeah.
And then assaulting. She's saying I'll do a simple assault for hitting her in the head, simple assault for whatever happened to
Pinching and punching and yeah.
I'll call my supervisor, see where he wants done. Obviously, someone has to come pick this kid up. She says there's no one to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Before Officer Miller can begin writing up the charges, however, Regina has some complaints.
Excuse me? Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
These handcuffs are a little too tight because they're hurting my wrist back here.
Here, I'll have you step out. I'm gonna put you on, make it a little more comfortable for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Which one's one that's really tight?
Both of them are.
All right. Now I'm gonna have to uncuff you for a second, okay? Just be cool, all right? Very
They're
cool.
just digging in my hand.
Nope, I got you.
And what is going to take place? Because
Yeah.
all I got, his phone numbers are at my house. Medicine's at my house, and I do have a friend who can take me down there. She's in D11.
I'll have you step up in. So D11, is this? Do you know the friend's name?
Yeah, Donisha. She's the only friend I have at the building, and she will be willing to take him.
Okay.
Regina's comfort has been addressed, and now there's at least one possible option when it comes to Brendan's care. In the meantime, Officer Peckman tries to get some information from the store's employees.
So did you see what happened?
That lady came in with her 2 kids, and she wasn't listening, but she was like speeding.
Okay.
Not just this time.
Okay. Are those cameras? Okay. Okay.
So then those people stepped in, and then from there it just broke loose. She was freaking out, throwing
Okay. Did she damage anything in here?
She just threw all of our stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Making sense of these chaotic events won't be easy, but there are worse things than putting together a puzzle. Having rescued one of Regina's flip-flops, Officer Peckman tries her hand at a task that's perhaps less unpleasant, but no less challenging, getting Brendan into her police car.
Hey, Brendan. Is it Brandon? Hey, bud. Oh my gosh. You want to come hang out in my car where it's cool? Hey, Brendan. Let's take your drink and let's go wait in my car, okay? Okay. Well, these folks need to go, yeah. We're gonna have a DHS worker come out and we'll figure out where, yeah. These folks need to move on with their day, so you're gonna come sit in my car and